a watch along as we have travelled down to the Emirates to face Arsenal. Strong team tonight against, for me personally, a weak Arsenal defence. Hopefully my words come true and we score a hatful tonight. King Kevin De Bruyne, if you want to call him that. I know after the late King Colin, most people are reluctant to use that name, but Kevin De Bruyne either way comes back into the starting lineup, as does İlkay Gündoğan. But as always, Blues, before I crack on, remember, let me know your score predictions, how you're feeling about the game. Let me know who your standout performances are. And let me know where your improvements are. You know me, I like to throw a few spanners in the works, see who is a little bit out there with not liking the team selection, anything like that. I know Mahrez is probably going to get a lot of hate, as he always does. But yeah, let me know your feelings, Blues. Just come up on the screen then. John Stones is making his 100th City start today, which is quite a feat considering over the past couple of years, he's barely been wanted in the starting lineup. But yeah, anyway, Pep Guardiola's 22nd versus Arsenal as manager. And his most against any other team, against obviously his former apprentice, Mikel Arteta. So City's starting lineup tonight is Ederson, that's a good start. Ederson, Cancelo, Zinchenko, Stones, Diaz, Fernandinho, who comes back into the fray, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Raheem Sterling, İlkay Gündoğan, and Riyad Mahrez, I think. Either way, Fernandinho is captaining us tonight. Blimey, it's a good start this with the words. John Moss is the referee today. We know he likes to throw a few spanners in the works, especially when it comes to VAR. He's been under a bit of scrutiny recently. But anyway, Blues, as we get on, game is about to kick off any moment now. Let me know, as always, your comments, your thoughts, and your feelings on the game. Who's your standout performers, etc., etc. Let me just get the live view up so I can read some of your comments that are coming through. You don't want to hear me in the background as well. Let's have a look. Let me know your score predictions as well, Blues. The game's momentarily about to kick off. Ryan, how you doing? 3-0. Diaz will score today. Lorraine, how you doing? Derek saying a 3-0 City win. James Taylor, how you doing, pal? Good. Nice to see KDB back and 100 for Sir John Stones. Absolutely. Ashley Piggott, I agree. Rodri was class. Shame he's on the bench, but it's a like-for-like replacement in Fernandinho. A few years older, obviously, but, you know. Jay Mangan, how you doing, pal? Nervous but buzzing to see Fernandinho and KDB. Angela, afternoon. Hope you're well. City are about to start us off in this match. I'll just get that up there so I can keep reading your comments as we go through. Be an interesting one, this, Blues. Obviously, Leicester closed the gap to us earlier in the about half an hour ago when they beat Villa 2-1. Not that it'll matter even whatever the result is today, but hopefully we can get a win and push back to that 10 points as City get us on the way. What position do you think KDB is going to play tonight, then, Blues? Alongside Rodri or alongside Gündoğan, or is Gündoğan going to be more centre forward as he has been recently? Of course, he's back from a groin strain. Now it kept him out for one game. But he looks fit and healthy. Let's hope his good form continues. The City play the ball through. Gündoğan leaves the ball and it goes all the way through to Hector Bellerin and Arsenal are now with possession. However, a loose pass for Aubameyang wins the ball back for City. Here's Kevin De Bruyne out wide to Riyad Mahrez. Happy birthday, Riyad Mahrez, 30 today. Cuts into the penalty box. He's trying to get a bit. Crossover. As far as Raheem Sterling has a shot. Misses the ball completely. He has a second shot. And Rob Holding gets a block in. And then Nicola Pepe is able to get back into his own penalty box and clear. Only as far as Ruben Diaz under pressure from Martin Odegaard. Plays it back to John Stones. Back to Diaz on the left back position. So what it's looking like now is a back three so far. Obviously, we Guardiola tends to play back three when we're on the defensive side of it. So Fernandinho dropping back into the back three, allowing our fullbacks to push forward. Ball over the top by Ruben Diaz to Riyad Mahrez out on the right-hand side, cutting into the penalty box on his left foot, chips the ball in. Raheem Sterling! Raheem Sterling rises highest and heads the ball in the back of the net. That is a dream start. Raheem Sterling, probably the smallest player on the pitch, rises highest from a Riyad Mahrez cross and heads it into the back of the net. 1.5 minutes played, City 1, Arsenal 0. Fantastic start for the Blues. Ruben Diaz with a ball lofted right across. I think they're going to check to see if Riyad Mahrez was offside on that right wing, but he didn't look so. Cuts in on his left, chipped by Riyad Mahrez, lofts it over. Raheem Sterling, climbing higher than anybody else on the pitch in that back line, heads it down into the bottom left-hand corner of the net. 1-0 City. What a dream start. Obviously, VAR will probably try and throw a spanner in the works if they can. They're going to check to see if Riyad Mahrez is offside here. I don't think he is. He looked fairly onside to me. See the replay here. Should stand. I don't think it was miles onside for me. And it's Raheem Sterling's 8th career goal against Arsenal and his 3rd at the Emirates Stadium. And the goal stands. It is 1-0 City in the 1st minute. Fantastic start for the Blues. And we've already got possession back through Raheem Sterling, who's pushed over on the ball. And he's gone down holding his knee. He looks to be in some discomfort, Raheem Sterling here. But it is a free kick to City. But yeah, if you're only just joining Blue, City are 1-0 up inside 1 minute. Fantastic start. Absolutely dream start. Let's have a look. Elizabeth Evans, how are you doing? Come on, City, keep the winning streak up. You can do it. Already a goal up. Fantastic. Absolutely. John Dean, go City. Riyad Mahrez with the free has the free kick pass to him on the right hand side. Tiston and Turney trying to beat Kieran Tierney. Doesn't do so. However, City retained possession through João Cancelo. Back to Riyad Mahrez out on the right wing. Back to Cancelo. Pulls it back all the way to the centre circle with Ruben Diaz. Zinchenko also partnering him in centre circle. Ilkay Gundogan comes to claim the ball, but a loose pass by Gundogan only just finds Kevin De Bruyne, who stretches just to keep possession in City's favour and plays it safely all the way back to the feet of Ederson, whose ball out to Zinchenko was a testing one, but he manages to chest it down to Ruben Diaz and back to Ederson. Under pressure from Aubameyang, Ederson knocks it to his left and just decides to clear for safety. And he does pick out Riyad Mahrez. Good take from Mahrez. City starting a straight attack already. Back out to Bernardo Silva on the right-hand side. So KDB further up. He plays it to KDB, who plays it back to Cancelo. And then likewise back to KDB. Fantastic start. Fantastic start. Ryan, I do apologise, pal. Yeah, you're 1 minute behind. Hey, if I'm shouting for the goals, you get to enjoy it, pal. Hope you're well anyway, Ryan. It's been a while. So, Billy Ambler, how you doing? We've got Diaz, Ruben Diaz. I just don't think you understand. He plays at number... I'm not singing that. Samuel Mahrez is, yep, sick. Happy birthday, Mahrez, with an assist as well. So here is Mahrez on the ball, plays infield to Ruben Diaz in the centre circle, out to the left back position to find Zinchenko, midway into Arsenal's half, plays an infield ball to Bernardo Silva, who on the ball falls down, plays it to Fernandinho. Fantastic ball out to the right wing from Fernandinho. Riyad Mahrez lays it off. Kevin De Bruyne, the ball in, cleared by, I think that was Granit Xhaka, out for a throw-in to City on the far side, in which John Stones is going to take quickly. So City are all over Arsenal in the opening 5 minutes, and we are a goal to the good at the Emirates. Ball played all the way back to Ederson. Straight ball straight back out to John Stones. Forward ball to Kevin De Bruyne, who is starting an instant attack. Ball played through. He's found Raheem Sterling one-on-one with the keeper. Takes it down. He just can't get the shot away. He's trickling with the ball at his feet. One-on-one with the keeper. The defender gets well to put Sterling off. He doesn't have a shot. Tries to trickle it past Leno, and he can't do it. The ball by Kevin De Bruyne, who was world-class. So Raheem Sterling would be onside. He pulls it back, Raheem Sterling, instead of having a shot. Should have taken the shot first time for me, Raheem Sterling. Takes a touch with his right foot and then should have smashed it. Bellerin was coming in, but decided to be too tricky on the ball, Raheem Sterling. Doesn't come away with it. And now Arsenal through Saka do on the left wing. Here's Aubameyang. Bernardo Silva pressing him. Now Fernandinho pressing him and wins the ball back for City, Fernandinho. In fact, he lets it trickle out for a throw-in to City on the far side. Good defending. Are we going to make this number, is it 18? It's 18 today. Fingers crossed. I know we're very early in this game, but we are a goal to the good, of course. Hopefully we can maintain it and push for that 18th win in a row. Certainly starting bright. Here's Ilkay Gundogan. Raheem Sterling pushed down the ball, but City still have possession. Here's Zinchenko. Apologise for not playing the forward ball, rather playing it safely to Ruben Diaz. So, Phil Dale, again, I'm not singing, pal, but you can sing that one to yourself, mate. Hope you're well. Ruben Diaz testing Aubameyang's reluctantness to push on the ball. John Stones, Kevin De Bruyne on the turn. First time pass to João Cancelo under pressure from Pablo Mari, who, if many of you remember, He is a former City player, Pablo Mari. Of course, you will not remember him. He never played a single game for City in his City career, but hey-ho, he was a blue once in a while. But yeah, he starts for Arsenal tonight in a makeshift back four for Arsenal as well. Bernardo Silva charging. He's only got 4 men ahead of him. Riyad Mahrez in the penalty box. Cuts in on his left, as he always does. Pulls it on to his right. Has a shot. Takes a deflection off the Arsenal man and goes out for a corner to City. Riyad Mahrez looks to be on fire so far today. Everything seems to be coming off for him. He did well to take it out to his left. Trick the Arsenal defenders. Pull it on to his right. Has a shot blocked by Kieran Tierney. Only just goes out for a corner, mind. It could have easily found the back of the net. Leno was beaten. Very lucky boy there, Kieran Tierney. Short corner from City. Bernardo Silva into the penalty box. Lays off Kevin De Bruyne. Lines up for the shot. And he's way off the boil there. Goes in for the shot. Tries to place it rather than a shot. And he just doesn't get anything really on it. And it just bounces slowly out for a goal kick to Arsenal. Poor shot by Kevin De Bruyne. But of course, we have to understand he is going to be very rusty after missing a month of games. Quite significant games as well. Interesting how everyone says when Kevin De Bruyne is out the team, City will fail to shine. We've had some of the best football we've ever played without Kevin De Bruyne in the past week, and the win run, it certainly shows that. But hopefully Kev can score a couple of goals or assist a couple tonight, get him straight back into the firing line. And he's chasing down Bernd Leno, only just gets to pass out to Saka under pressure in his own penalty box. Record no competition since defeat to Spurs. Games 24, won 21, drawn 3, lost 0, scored 58, conceded just 7. All games for City, 24 of them games since our 2-0 defeat to Spurs all the way back in November, I believe it was. Here's Mohamed El-Neni out wide to Hector Bellerin, midway into City's half on the right-hand side. Bellerin plays infield to Granit Xhaka. Switches to field of play to Tierney on the far side. Tries to play a first-time ball in. Blocked well by João Cancelo. And it only goes out for a throw-in to Arsenal on the far side, close to the corner flag. 9 minutes played. Arsenal 0, City 1. Let's have a quick look at the comments. Hope everyone is doing well. Remember, let me know who your star performers are throughout the first half as it is. We're only 10 minutes into this first half, but let me know who your stand-up performer is so far and who you're expecting to keep your eye on. Who do you reckon is going to shine today? And of course, let me know where do you think the improvements down the line throughout the first half needs to be. Let me know who's impressed you, what your score predictions are, and I'll remember to read them out, of course, as I always try to do. Here's Rob Holding in the centre circle, and the pressure of Bernardo Silva and Riyad Mahrez. Pablo Mari only just gets the ball to El-Neni, who only just gets the ball to Xhaka. City pressing so high. Fernandinho misses Saka almost. In fact, the advantage has been played. Martin Odegaard only finds Zinchenko. Good defending from Zinchenko to get his body in the way. Riyad Mahrez, nice little flick on to Kevin De Bruyne. Nice pullback from Kevin De Bruyne. He's fouled eventually by Bukayo Saka, and it's a free kick City in which Kevin De Bruyne takes quickly all the way back to John Stones. James Taylor, let me know how you're doing, James. It's been a while, pal. Apparently, KDB is out to make room for Messi wage demands. Hopefully, this is just speculation, and the board and Pep will not let one of the best players. From what I've read, mate, City haven't tabled a bid. They're not looking to table a bid, and there's been no talks between Barcelona, Messi, and City at all. Even when we were heavily linked with him, there's been no word and no planned word until the summer anyway. You know my stance. I don't want him to come either way. I think he'll ruin the chemistry and cohesion through the City squad. Make it all about one main man. You're going to ruin the team for me. Make it about the team. But that's just my personal opinion. I know a lot of people want Messi to come, so I'm not going to shy away from that. He's a world-class player at the end of the day, so everyone's entitled to an opinion as much as I am. But either way, City under pressure, fouled there. Riyad Mahrez by Granit Xhaka. The referee has played advantage, but Mahrez has gone down holding the back of his right calf. Looks to be in some discomfort. Zinchenko's like, are you okay to continue? Mahrez gets up. Zinchenko plays the ball all the way back to Ederson. Zinchenko, quite rightly, is like, well, come on, let me know. I want to play on. If not, I'll kick the ball out to get you treatment. But Mahrez is back to his feet. First time pass back to John Stones by Mahrez. Ruben Diaz in the centre. Arsenal playing a very high line as well. Most of the men midway through their half of the centre circle. Very, very high line, knowing the speed of Bernardo Silva, Raheem Sterling, Kevin De Bruyne in that instance as well. We've got some pace at our front line. Riyad Mahrez through that point as well. Arsenal playing a very high line, so they've got to be wary of that. But City seeing most of the ball. 12 minutes in, City 1, Arsenal 0 at the Emirates. İlkay Gundogan on the ball here on the left wing position, pulling it infield to Kevin De Bruyne. Back to Gundogan and Zinchenko on the halfway line. Lorraine, I think it's a bit early to be calling man of the match. Mahrez is your man of the match so far. We're only 12 minutes in, Lorraine. Give it some time. Barry, how you doing? Man City might be blue and orange in the summer, but it will never be red. All right. I see we've got a Man United fan on the live. Typical, eh? Well, dear me, Manchester hasn't been red for the past 8 years, pal. Stick a sock in it. Neil, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Should be 3-0. You're going for. Here comes Arsenal. Nicola Pepe, Bellerin up further ahead. Plays the ball forward to Nicola Pepe, but Raheem Sterling is playing left back. He's using his strength well to get in behind Pepe, and the ball trickles out for a goal kick. Great defending by Raheem Sterling. And Ruben Diaz jogs all the way over to Raz and gives him a good high 10, saying well done. Just seeing a replay, the Sterling goal. Mahrez is lofted ball in to Raheem Sterling, inch perfect. And Raheem Sterling rising highest. He's the smallest man in that penalty box, Raheem Sterling, and he jumps highest. He doesn't even jump that high, to be fair. Poor defending by Arsenal. And just the way he headed it, right into the far side, into the back of the net, and City 1-0 up. City pressing Arsenal, who are on the ball here, still keeping the ball through their own possession. Mohamed Al-Meni does well. Bellerin. Let's have a quick... Jenny, how are you doing? Been a while. 4-0 City you're going for, like that. Rennie, A Citizens, 1-0. Arsenal, thanks. Okay. Neil, must not take a foot off the pedal as Leicester beat Aston Villa. Yeah. Hopefully we can keep the press in. I thought you meant just in the game in general. Got to keep that press up when we lose the ball. We have done so far in the opening 14 minutes. We've kept the press on. And we've not allowed Arsenal to even have a second to breathe and get a pass. And when they have, they've been poor passes. And Raheem Sterling's done some good defending as well, to put it in perspective of how much the players are doing well in terms of all-round capabilities and helping the team out. But yeah, we're much on top. We just need to find that second and then settle down into a nice third gear throughout the match. Just keep it nice, clean, no injuries, nice and fresh. Get some players having a lot of the ball, get some rhythm going. Keep Arsenal at bay. Fernandinho's playing well so far in the opening 14.5 minutes. He's made a couple of interceptions and won the ball back. He's just made another one now. However, kicks it out for a City throwing on the for an Arsenal throwing on the near touchline. Ball back to Leno under pressure from Bernardo Silva, and Kevin De Bruyne in his own penalty box has to just clear it. And Zinchenko wins the ball back for City. 1-2 with Gundogan. Zinchenko infield to Kevin De Bruyne, who's picked up a centre forward role. Has to play it all the way back to Ruben Diaz under pressure. Ruben Diaz plays all the way forward to Raheem Sterling. Great pass by Ruben Diaz. Picks out Kevin De Bruyne. Ball in behind Arsenal's defence to İlkay Gundogan, but he just had too much power on the ball there to Gundogan, and he just can't get the touch in. Nice build-up play from City there. But Kevin De Bruyne is picking up some great positions, and the forward ball there. He was offside, İlkay Gundogan, so it wouldn't have counted even if he had a shot, but it trickles out for a goal kick to Arsenal. Arsenal's goal kick straight back to City with Ruben Diaz midway in our own half under pressure from Aubameyang. Plays it to Zinchenko all the way back to Ederson. Good play. Most goals since the start of December. Thomas Souček with 7. James Maddison with 7. Bruno Fernandes with 7. Mo Salah with 9. And İlkay Gundogan topping that list with 11. Will he get on the score sheet today, Blues? Let me know. Let me know what you think. He's certainly been the quietest player on the pitch today so far as İlkay Gundogan for City. Every player, including Ederson, has seen more of the ball for City than he has, for me anyway, from what I've noticed. And hopefully he picks up, but he's only just come back from a slight groin problem. It kept him out for one game, so hopefully he's still firing on all cylinders and keeps up his form as well. Ruben Diaz halfway in our half, driving forward, making a Yaya Toure run here. Ruben Diaz plays it out wide to Riyad Mahrez on the right-hand side. Riyad Mahrez looking for that forward ball, decides to play it safe and play it back to John Stones in the centre circle. He's got Fernandinho partnering him, but he doesn't pass it to Fernandinho. Take that back. He does find Fernandinho now. Out to the left wing to Raheem Sterling. Back infield to Fernandinho. João Cancelo picking up a centre defensive midfield role with Ruben Diaz picking out the far side. Be interested to see how Cancelo plays as well, what position he's looking for as well, because he's been on that right side, as you'd expect, but cutting into the centre as well. Oh, now then, lads. Sorry, I was miles away then. Hope everyone's well.
How are you, mate?
How are you boys doing?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Do you see the goal?
I did, mate. Yes, yeah. Halfway through struggling to get this blooming thing connected, and yeah, nice start that was.
Not bad for the shortest man on the pitch with Raz, eh?
No, he had two tall players next to him as well, didn't he?
Just seeing the replay, yeah. The ball by Mahrez was inch perfect. And like I said, the Arsenal have got 5-6 men in the box, and all of them taller than Raheem Sterling. He didn't even have to jump that high, Raheem Sterling. He just heads it into the corner of the net. Beautiful goal. Just do a minute check. 17 minutes and 20 seconds.
Bang on. Yep. 22.
Bang on, right. That's all right then.
It's all about that cross, though.
Hey, that's probably why he's playing well.
He's back.
It's Kieran Tierney breaks in the play box. Bakary Saka hits Aubameyang, who looked to be offside, but the referee's linesman hasn't called it, and City get away with that one. It was a good shot, and it is finally judged offside. Interesting that he seems to be a mile offside, and the linesman didn't flag it. Just seeing a replay here. Kieran Tierney breaking the play box. Bakary Saka having a shot. Yeah, straight into the path of Aubameyang. He should have moved out the way of Aubameyang. He wouldn't have been judged offside if he let the ball run. Lucky to get away with that one, I think, are we, Lee?
Well, a little bit. I panicked. But I think the old linos were told now to keep the flag down until it either goes in or goes back out again, I think, didn't they? Because old blooming play on until the goal scored stuff. But, yeah.
There's been a lot of stick about that recently, though, isn't there? The linesmen, some of them have been a bit more clearer. The linesmen still aren't flagging. There's been talk about it being scrapped already because of the danger it poses with a player that's going to be judged offside when the ball goes out of play eventually anyway, with the likelihood of there being any injuries involved after the initial offside.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, someone, like I said, someone's through on goal and someone puts the legs on the line to try and stop it. Yeah.
It's one of them where you can't really win, isn't it?
No.
Who'd be a linesman?
Yeah, you can't
be the fourth official, wouldn't you?
Linesman has got the worst job out of all of them, isn't it? At least a ref can ask the linesman, get his, and then blame him if it gets wrong. But
can't go down playing the ball through to Raheem Sterling on the left wing. He's got Kevin De Bruyne making a run. Eventually plays it at Kevin De Bruyne, but not miles, millennium too late there for Kevin De Bruyne. Raheem Sterling should have paid it for him straight away. Kevin De Bruyne had some pace. He already beaten Hector Bellerin for the run there and decided to trickle out all the way for a goal kick. Poor pass by Raheem Sterling, who's played quite well so far today. He's been your standout man.
Yeah, he's not a bad start, is he? Unlike Arteta, bless him.
I've been impressed so far in the opening 20 minutes for Fernandinho. It's Kieran Tierney breaking in. If he can pull it back, can't beat João Cancelo. Good defending by João Cancelo. And he forces Tierney to make a mistake, and he goes out for a City throw-in on the far side. Good defending from João Cancelo, who was in all 6s and 7s in terms of defending there.
You know, I like this kit more and more every time I see it. Well, Paisley kit.
Who's this?
The City kit. The Paisley one we're wearing now. Every time I see it, I like it a little bit more.
I'm just waiting for someone to grow long curly hair and just start talking about the war, as you'd expect with James May, wouldn't you? Driving forward, he's got Kevin De Bruyne and Raheem Sterling support. Finds Kevin De Bruyne, can't get the right pass. Kevin De Bruyne eventually plays it out to Raheem Sterling on the left wing, who just stops the ball dead, and he's looking to play it further back, and he does find Kevin De Bruyne. And Mikel Arteta looking to be a couple of miles out of his touchline, out of his technical box there. Saying a few people on the live have been saying we need to step it up because of Leicester winning. It's Arsenal 1-0 up. You know, I'd be happy with a draw, to be fair. It's one of them, you know. I don't think we're going to lose the points to. Obviously, I'd like us to win more than anything, but I don't think the pressure is going to be on us too much today.
No.
It's an interesting Arsenal lineup. They're missing some key figures in that back line, especially the likes of David Luiz. I would have kind of wished he was playing because, you know, Sideshow Bob was always going to have a mistake in him, wouldn't you?
Especially Raheem Sterling trying to do him every time he gets the ball.
Yeah.
And get Edison up for his penalty. I wonder if we see Aguero today.
Well, it'll be interesting. There's talks on it yesterday, weren't there? Media is suddenly going into meltdown because he's come out with his comments saying he doesn't know where he sees the end of this season. Says he doesn't know if he's going to be at City or if he's going to move away. But if I'm being perfectly honest, I'd be happy with either or. If he stays, then yeah, he stays. We've still got a world-class striker if he comes on as a substitute, but we still need to sign another striker. But at the same time, I personally feel like he's run his course at City.
Yeah.
I don't really want that legend.
It's like to see his 10 years, that's all.
Well, when will it be 10 years? Signed in 2011, what? So yeah, this
22, wasn't it? So another year. It's about 2012 we signed him, wasn't it? 2012 or 2011?
2011. Summer of 2011. 2012.
Yes, it was, yeah.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, this summer will be 10 years.
Yeah, I suppose we season to season out. It gets a testimonial with him.
I was having this chat with a mate at work saying, who can't think who it was now. It's John Stones, sorry, just breaking it on the edge of the penalty box. John Stones, of all players, on the edge of the penalty box, pulls it back to Kevin De Bruyne, who has to play it safe to João Cancelo. I was having this discussion with a mate saying he's a Man United fan of all, of course. And he was banging on about, oh yeah, City have only been able, City just sign world-class players every year, so of course they're going to have the world's best squad. And I was like, I guarantee you've hardly got a Man United player in your starting lineup that's been there as long as most of the City players have in recent years. David Silva, 10 years. Sergio Aguero, 10 years. Fernandinho, I think it'll be 7 years now.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
We've got a lot of long-term players. I think a lot of that is overlooked, but considering how many of those players I mentioned, well, I've only mentioned 3, but of all them, those 3,
company as well.
Company as well for a long time.
Yeah.
Zaba. Yeah. A lot of players that have been first team, first choice players that have been at City for donkey's years. Even Kevin De Bruyne now. How long's Kevin De Bruyne been here? 6 years, 7 years?
Got to be, isn't it? Got to be.
Even Raheem Sterling, you know, these are just players that are going to be here for even longer as well, hopefully. And I think Raheem Sterling's still only 26 as well.
Yeah.
Here's Fernandinho with the ball over the top, looking to play it behind the Arsenal's defence, trying to pick out Riyad Mahrez, but the ball is picked up by Granit Xhaka, who's filled in more left back. Pablo Mari, former City player who never played a single game, plays the ball forward, but City win the ball back. Here's Bernardo Silva charging the defence. Got Kevin De Bruyne making a run, picks out Ilkay Gundogan, edge of the box, lining up for a shot, decides to play it out wide to Riyad Mahrez in the penalty box, cuts in on his right. And he plays it off the Arsenal defender, Kieran Tierney. Riyad Mahrez still on the ball, however, doing a few step overs. Back to Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne seems to have been in the centre circle, in the box then, and then suddenly he's out on the right wing without even a moment's notice. Everywhere on the pitch today. And City eventually play it back to John Stones on the edge of the centre circle. So we're seeing a lot of the ball in the opening 25 minutes. Of course, we are still goal to the good, but I'm still wary of the pace and the capability of Arsenal's front line. You know, Aubameyang can still find the back of the net. I know he's not done as much as recent years at Arsenal in the past couple of months, Aubameyang, but they've now got Martin Odegaard and got Pepe, who's finding some good form. Bukayo Saka, who's probably one of the most informed attacking players by Phil Foden in England so far this season. They've got a lot of talent there to find a goal or not, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think City has still got to be wary. I'd love us to find a second goal early on, or in the next few minutes anyway, just to solidify our lead. Fernandinho intercepting the ball. Bernardo Silva played it off Pablo Mari, almost trickled it in. Ilkay Gundogan takes a touch, and it just doesn't come off for City as Arsenal are able to come away with the ball. Aubameyang has to play it back to Granit Xhaka, and Kieran Tierney only just clears it, but he's managed to find Bukayo Saka. This is what I was talking about. Charging at City's defence. Got John Stones running back, almost picking out Nicola Pepe out on the right side. Eventually does pick out Nicola Pepe, but Pepe has to let it run as he was in an offside position. But Fernandinho, again, intercepting the play there and winning the ball back almost to City. He's everywhere today's Fernandinho. A lot of people are a bit, meh. It's a shame Rodri was out the starting lineup considering how well he's played, but just shows you what City missed without Fernandinho in the starting lineup, doesn't it?
It's an extra wall, isn't he?
He just intercepts everything. He's winning balls, but he's been out on the right wing a couple of times, Fernandinho, intercepting the play. Good challenges, putting pressure on the Arsenal midfield. He's just doing so much work. And to say he's, what, 36 now? The man is just an absolute unit. Ball over the top by Kevin De Bruyne, out to the right wing to Riyad Mahrez. 3 men in the box for City. Riyad Mahrez cuts on his left. Has a shot blocked by the first man, Rob Holding. Poor shot by Riyad Mahrez on the end. Kevin De Bruyne almost gets there, but Arsenal just clear it as far as Aubameyang. Lays it off to Elmeni. Forward ball to Saka. Too far in front of him. And Fernandinho picks up the possession for City again. Good attack there by City. Riyad Mahrez just couldn't pull it off, however. And he's back on the ball now, Riyad Mahrez. He's saying he's 30 today, Lee, Riyad Mahrez.
Yeah, mad, isn't it?
Where's that gone? He was. I'm sure he was like 27 when we signed him, wasn't he?
Seems to have aged really quick in 3 years.
Well, yeah, I thought he was still only about 28, 29 myself.
Yeah.
Then again, I mean, Kevin De Bruyne is what, 29 now?
Yeah, must be getting on. I was going to say getting on, 29. In football years.
Luckily, age is nothing, unless they're like Fernandinho, aging like a fine wine.
Exactly.
Ball behind. Saka only just gets there, but he slips on a ball and kicks out for a throw-in on the far touchline to City, near to the corner flag. 28 minutes played, City 1, Arsenal 0. Mikel Arteta is cutting a frustrated figure as City's throw-in is offside. That really does my nutting when players in the corner, especially with corners as well, you play it to the near man in a short corner, and they instantly play it to the guy who takes the corner, who's offside. Likewise for that throw-in then. Why? You just lose every bit of possession and attacking threat you would have had. Anyway, we 1-0 up, but...
Say about long-serving players. How long do you reckon Mark Noble's been at West Ham for, if you were to guess?
I'd say 2008.
How many years was that ago? It would have been
13 years.
17 years and 1 month.
Ooh.
That's unreal, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he's only about 33, isn't he? Not even that.
Yeah, 33 years, yeah.
33.
17 years, 1 month and 20 days.
He's massively turned into a substitution player now, though. He's hardly playing in starting lineups for West Ham. But I always rated it. Him and Nolan, for me, were always the like the 2010 onwards West Ham. You know, that prime, scruffy-looking Upton Park team. Carlton Cole, and just all them sort of players. Winston Reid, and they did have some decent players. Ball played in. I think it was Kieran Tierney who had the shot way out of goal. And Ederson was troubled there, but he's managed to get the ball straight out to Kevin De Bruyne, who's charging forward, plays it out to Riyad Mahrez, ball behind Riyad Mahrez, but he's still got possession for City. On the right wing, Riyad Mahrez trickling forward, Saka's blocking his road, so he plays it to Kevin De Bruyne, a ball over the top. So absolutely no one for Kevin De Bruyne. Rob Holding clears only as far as Kevin De Bruyne, who lays it off to João Cancelo and back to John Stones in the centre circle. So Ederson and City let off the hook there by a strong shot from way out, but it was a hell of a shot by Kieran Tierney. It was on target, and it was finding the back of the net.
Great strike.
It was interesting where that came from, really. Was it the lack of City players behind in defence, or was it just more of a hit and hope, would you say?
I don't know. I was looking down at the longest player stats at that time. I looked up and he had a shot. I was like, bloody hell. I'm being completely honest.
Is Ruben Diaz switching the field of play to Riyad Mahrez as an offside?
He was offside there.
Mile offside there. Let's have a read through your comments, Blues. Remember to keep them coming. Let me know who your star performer is of the day. We're 30 minutes in, so I'm sure you've got a few handouts of who your man of the match is so far. Still got another 60 minutes to play. Camera cuts to a increasingly interested Sergio Aguero, finally sporting the natural hair look instead of that ridiculous beach blonde hair that all the players suddenly started to have all in one go. Riyad Mahrez had it not that long ago and never understood it. What was the whole idea about bleach blonde hair? Where'd that come from? Either way, he's cutting natural Sergio Aguero look. Hopefully, that means the end of his injury woes. Maybe it was the blonde hair that was injuring him.
This one's got a bit of fake tan on as well, looking at him now. All right, he's been in the sun.
He's what, sorry?
It looks like he got a bit of fake tan on as well, sat there. And,
oh, well, he has to I remember Nolito. He had to move back abroad. Well, he had to move back home because apparently he was losing his tan in England. Some of the excuses of players who aren't getting time at City to go back to where they came from.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Well, no, sorry, it wasn't him that was losing his tan. It was his daughter, wasn't it? His daughter was getting paler every day.
Bloody hell.
I don't know why that is a deal, like, but hey, surely you knew what the Manchester weather was like before he moved there. Although I believe the Manchester weather today was nice and warmer than it was in Barcelona.
Oh, was it?
I don't know. I live in York, but that's what I've heard. Ball over the top by John Stones, picking out Raheem Sterling on the left wing. El Menny's in there, blocking his run. Plays it back to Kevin De Bruyne. Out on the left wing now, Kevin De Bruyne. He's everywhere so far this game. Zinchenko with a ball in the box. Tierney's able to clear, and Arsenal come away with the ball. Granit Xhaka moving forward. He's got Aubameyang, Saka ahead of him. Finds Saka and back to Xhaka under a lot of pressure from City players. Riyad Mahrez cutting infield to hold off the line. And the ball back to Mohamed El Menny. Out wide to Tierney. Arsenal just haven't got a way to go, which sort of shows how well City are man-marking and blocking any route they have. Fernandinho winning the ball back for City with a great tackle. He's got Raheem Sterling, acres of space, finds Ilkay Gundogan, who has a shot blocked by Rob Holding. He should have left that Ilkay Gundogan for me. Raz should have shouted. Kevin De Bruyne takes the ball down. It's judged to be foul, but John Moss plays advantage. It's Bernardo Silva, edge of the penalty box, in the penalty area, leaves it off to absolutely no one there. I don't know who he was playing to, but Kieran Tierney is able to come away with the ball for Arsenal. Not very well, however, but Saka's under a lot of pressure from Bernardo Silva, and Arsenal are able to find men in space. Back to the goalkeeper.
Well, Fernandinho should have put his laces through that after he tackled, mate.
Well, you say that. I think he played the right pass. It was just Ilkay Gundogan let the attack down there. Should have let that trickle through to Raheem Sterling, but with the thought, then again, the thought Ilkay Gundogan's on, you can't really blame him for having an attempt.
Nah. I suppose the only other way is where you might have thought or weren't sure if he was offside or not, Sterling. So I thought he was when he first played it. So maybe that's why I stopped it. But I don't know. Yeah,
there's not much. I've noticed there's not really much rotation in that front line. Raheem Sterling and Riyad Mahrez are stuck to the wings. However, the centre forwards have been a bit of a mixture. Bernardo Silva has been quite quiet so far, and Ilkay Gundogan, who likewise has been quite quiet. Is that maybe why we've not had many chances on target, do you reckon, with the likes of Bernardo Silva and not really going?
When Silva's on it, it just happens, doesn't it? So I don't know, maybe I'd like to see Aguero come on for the full second half, if I'm being honest, just to get him back in, or get a striker on there as well. Not that we really need strikers at the minute, just think we score them with everyone but.
Well,
put Sergio Aguero on in midfield, he'll probably get a couple of goals.
You've got to be worrying if you're Arsenal, though, with City having a lot of the ball, just not that man who is clinical like Sergio. Granit Xhaka plays the ball forward to Saka in the penalty box, lays it off to Tierney, ball whipped in. Odegaard can't control and kicks out for a goal kick. Thankfully, Martin Odegaard, who's had a lot of media attention and hype, as the media always do, with a big name from Real Madrid or likewise clubs, he's been non-existent so far this game as Odegaard. And if he plays like that every time he's on the ball, I want to see him more on it. Poor touch from the Norway man.
These players come a load of hype behind them and don't ever really seem to do it in the Premier League.
No. Well, you say that. I saw a report this morning. I think it was the Daily Mail. And they don't... I know it's a rag paper, but... Well, it's a paper. You shouldn't really trust any papers. But there were reports, and I say reports lightly, that Arsenal were looking to sign Martin Odegaard permanently in the summer to tempt Haaland to the club.
Yeah, I don't think that would tempt him, to be honest.
Nah, if Haaland went to Arsenal, he deserves everything he gets. Put it that way. But yeah, apparently that's why Arsenal signed Odegaard on loan, to tempt him to sign permanently in the summer, to tempt Haaland also in the summer. Arsenal have had to take out a loan because they're struggling to pay the players' wages. And B, if they're doing that, how the hell are they going to afford an astronomical fee for Haaland as well as Odegaard?
Unreal. And if that is true, that's terrible business planning, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't trust newspapers.
Yes.
And I also have to say, these are the same newspapers that said City had been in constant contact with Lionel Messi, and it was reported, well, not reported, it was issued a statement by City officials saying they've had no word with Messi or his representatives at all. So it's amazing how the word of one media giant is able to spread it like wildfire to make it sound realistic and true. That's why you just shouldn't trust it. But
Joe, I wouldn't even check the paper for the date anymore, just in case they make that up. Oh yeah.
Dear me. You're right though. So 37.5 minutes played. Scoreline remains 1-0 to City. City well on top. However, Arsenal have seen a lot more of the ball. Just loses out, and that's not a foul in my eyes. But he was sloppy on the ball there, Ruben Diaz.
I said that was a foul against him before that tackle.
I thought the same. I thought he was going to give the foul to us, but just seeing the replay here. Ruben Diaz drives forward. Got Bamiyang chasing him. He's pushed down. Goes a bit easy there, Ruben Diaz. I don't know.
It's an absolute bracelet on his ankle. Like, where is it? Like there, a little bit. It's flowing.
Yeah. Good
taking
call.
Lessons off of my name. Blooming salary. Yes. Jesus.
He should have just flung his arms up like this.
Yeah, done a dart.
Probably would have got a penalty as well.
Yeah. No, it was definitely in the box.
Oh, dear
Lord.
It's amazing how he's still able to get away with that ridiculous technique of flinging his arms up in the air and winning things. Like the penalty against City. It's
embarrassing, isn't it?
But then all the dippers turn around and all rags turn around and say, "Oh, Sterling does it." Have you noticed Sterling hasn't done it for a long, long time now?
No.
He's using his strength so well. Is Saka playing Tierney in the penalty box first time in? John Stones clearing it. Hasn't gone out for a corner just yet. João Cancelo trying to put Tierney under pressure. He keeps the ball in play just, but it does go out eventually for a throw into Arsenal on the far side with Tierney taking it quickly. I think he must have played it straight off again because the match replay is not even focusing on the live game. And they're on the right-hand side all of a sudden now. But City win the throw-in. Good defending in the end. So 40 minutes played. City 1, Arsenal. Let's have a quick read through some of your comments. Neil Horrell is also saying the same as you, Lee, hoping Sergio will get a run out in the second half. Lorraine wants a clean sheet, as we all do. Neil's also said goal difference is now plus 35. Wow. Let's have a look. Lorraine, no, Aguero's been there since 2011, not 2012. He's a mistake, obviously. A lot of people just remember Sergio for 2012. You know, it comes with the name, really, but I understand. Steve, I have to agree with you. A bit sloppy. Should be free up, in my eyes. I don't know about free up, but definitely sloppy. We've not been really above third gear. We're letting Arsenal see a lot more of the ball in the past 15, 20 minutes, haven't we, Lee?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Here to break into the box again. Clearance by Fernandinho out for a goal, out for a corner to Arsenal. But yeah, would you agree with Steve there about sloppiness? We're not exactly free flowing, are we?
No. Yeah, I suppose sloppy is the word, really, as much as it playing all right. But like you say, there's a chance we should have stuck away, like that one where Gundogan took it away from Sterling. A bit more thinking went into that. That should have been probably at least a shot on target.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think, I don't know, we always seem to take the first half easy these days and then come out far in the second half. But maybe that's part of the game plan now. I don't know. But like you say, chance like this corner. No, we got it right. But yeah, so all it takes for them is one break, one free kick, one corner. Bang, they're 1-0 and they up their game and it goes wrong for us. So we do need to get another goal, I think, in this.
Yeah. Would you say we need a goal in this first half still with 4 minutes left to play?
Not necessarily. I think a nice early second half goal would do nice, though.
Early second. We are the kings for the single half early goals, though, aren't we? We seem to score a lot of them. It was especially during the 100-point season, we seemed to score a goal nearly every game in the first 5 minutes, didn't we?
That's weird, that was.
Not all of them were world class. There was some, I remember the scruffy one Raheem Sterling scored. I think it was against, who was it against? Was it Brian? Nah, I think Kevin De Bruyne whipped the ball in. Oh, teasing cross over everyone in the end, and it goes out for a goal kick from the right-hand side. Kevin De Bruyne smashes a cross in over everyone, but it was so close to testing a goalkeeper who could have easily found the side of the net inside the goal there, Kevin De Bruyne. It was an interesting cross, that. I don't think it was what he had planned, but certainly kept Leno and Arsenal on their toes. Ball smashed up front by Hector Bellerin, finds Odegaard under pressure from Fernandinho and Zinchenko. Odegaard does well, however, and picks out Bellerin. Here's Elmeni. Kicked on the ball by Fernandinho. Referee John Moss doesn't see anything with it, but Holdings for Arsenal is on the ball. Here's Granit Xhaka in the centre circle. Forward ball to Saka, who's picked up a more central role. He's got Tierney out to the left. Plays the ball to Tierney. Manages to keep it in play. Ball whipped in. Headed back by John Stones. Saka does well to go in at the ball for Arsenal. All the way back to Rob Holding in the centre circle. Arsenal seems to be coming alive now. They know they can get the ball forward, especially through Tierney on that left wing side. He's got some pace and he's got some stamina. Good player, Tierney. I'm surprised he went to Arsenal. I'm surprised none of the... No disrespect to Arsenal. I know they are classed as the top six, but
big clubs.
Well, I would have liked to have seen Tierney at City. I think he is a quality left back. I know everyone says he came from the Farmers League, but here's Pepe in the penalty box. Lays it off. Bellerin. Good interception by Gundogan. A shot eventually by Pepe. Hits the side netting. So City allowing Arsenal to come at them. I mean, Zinchenko was marking 2 players for Arsenal there. They should have had a lot more men supporting him. Ilkay Gundogan does well to come back and make the interception, but he only played out to Pepe, who had a second bite of the cherry. And his shot with his left foot, side netting. Did it take a touch off Ruben Diaz? I don't think it did, no. Going to be a goal kick. So 1 minute left to play in this first half, plus added time, and City give the ball away instantly. Kevin De Bruyne is not going to was beaten there by Rob Holding. Here's Tierney, as we were saying, out on the left-hand side, back to Granit Xhaka, looking for that forward ball to Tierney, but decides to pull it back. However, he decides to play it to Saka, should I say, who is finding Tierney. Saka's running in behind, but Tierney plays it back to Xhaka. Midway in City's half, ball whipped in. Fernandinho with a headed clearance away. Kevin De Bruyne almost winning the ball back for City. Here's Bellerin. Elmeni plays it back to Rob Holding on the centre-half line. Ball played through by Odegaard to Aubameyang. John Stones holds Aubameyang well, and Ederson just comes and smashes the ball up the pitch, and it trickles all the way through a header from the Arsenal defender back to Leno's in goal. So City have had 2 attempts on target and only scored 1 goal to Arsenal's 1 attempt on target, and it remains 1-0 to City. 1 minute of added time, would you say? Not much, no stoppages or anything?
Yeah, not much has happened really, is it, stoppage-wise? So, yeah, probably a minute.
Seems very rare. There's no minutes added on, but if any game was going to have that, it was this one, wouldn't it?
It would.
Some monsters indicated there will be...
1 minute.
1 minute. There we go.
So we could do their job. It's easy.
I think it was the stoppage for VAR straight after the goal, just to see if Mahrez was offside. He was mad onside, like, but still can't take anything away from that cross. Here's Odegaard pushing on the edge of the penalty box. Pepe right hand side, cutting into the penalty box. Ball cheekily played in. Ruben Diaz with the clearance away, only as far as Bellerin on the right wing position. Back to Granit Xhaka, who's going to loft the ball in. Ruben Diaz is again with the headed clearance. Gundogan can't clear the ball. John Moss judges that's a foul. It looks quite nasty, that. Studs up from Xhaka as Gundogan went to kick the ball, and he kicked Xhaka's studs, and he's gone down in a heap. Looks to be in some discomfort. You've seen a replay here. Gundogan with the clearance. Oh. He does get a touch and he follows through Gundogan onto the studs. He's back up on his feet, limping away, but he's going to be able to continue, thankfully. I think it was just that initial impact. It'll be a sore one for a few minutes, that one. And it should be half-time. Keep your comments coming, Blues. I'll read them through half-time. I know I've been a bit lacklustre in reading them, but you know me, I'll go through all of them as much as I can. Who's your man of the match so far? What are you liking from City? What needs to improve as John Moss blows for half-time? City go in 1-0 to the good at the break. Arsenal were coming alive, so I think the half-time whistle came just at the right time because they've had a lot more possession in the last 10, 15 minutes, Arsenal, and they're having the most of the first half. But yeah, City going into break 1-0 up. What do you make of that first half then, Lee?
Yeah, a bit not the best, but we're winning, so that's the main thing. We haven't conceded, so yeah, I think second half will definitely come out stronger. Give it 15 minutes, make a change or two if needed, and yeah, satisfied.
Who's been your standout man so far?
Diaz for me.
Yeah,
he's been pretty solid at the back. Yeah. For me,
for me, it'll be Fernandinho. He's been everywhere in terms of defensive. But then again, can't take anything away. I know he's not really done much in terms of assisting or scoring, but KDB deserves a shout out as well. He seems to be in every inch of that pitch today. Like I said to you about 15 minutes ago, when City were on attack, he was in the centre box, in the penalty box, and then about 2 seconds later, was in the right wing to pick up the ball and start another attack. So he is everywhere today, KDB. But hopefully he can get involved in another goal. Hopefully we score another goal and don't concede. But yeah, it'll be an interesting second half.
Might see De Bruyne and Ben one in the top corner from outside the area.
It's coming. It's coming.
He's due one, isn't he?
In the fixture last season at the Emirates, he scored that delightful left-footed goal in the bottom.
That's right.
Great goal. Took it from, I think, the halfway line, didn't he? Let's have a quick gander. James Taylor, come on, City. Fernandinho and KDB have been great so far. Strong team performance tonight. Only change I would make is Foden on for Mahrez. Now, there's a surprise. Someone wanting Mahrez off.
Leave him alone. Leave me alone.
James Crawford, KDB, Gundogan looking rusty. I have to agree with that. And Bernardo out of touch. I have to agree with that as well. He's not really been in the game as much, Bernardo, has he? Jay Mangan playing the possession game. I don't think we're even playing that at the moment. And Billy Ambler, just before halftime, we need a second, but obviously that hasn't come. Jay Mangan, this is a good comment actually. He's got some point behind this. Jay Mangan saying this is the most confident game I've seen John Stones have the ball on. He's doing well defensively and he's pushing high up the pitch, John Stones.
He's full of confidence at the minute, and after his couple of goals he got, he just seems to be on cloud nine, bless him. But like I say, never normally see him coming forward like he has been today.
No, he's made. I think I referred to it before you jumped on. He's making the Yaya Toure run. He's driving forward from way in our half to the other to the penalty box of Arsenal. But
we'll see him do a Vinny and hit one from about 30 yards straight into the top bins.
James Taylor also shouts Zinchenko having a strong game. He has been. Jay Mangan also saying would love to see. He agrees. We would love to see Tierney at City. Thought it was epic at Celtic. I agree. I wish we would have signed him because he wasn't that expensive. I think it was like 21, something like that million. It wasn't much. I know obviously he was only coming from Celtic, but he was a class defender and he was 21 at the time. I think he's about 23 now. He's probably one of the stronger left backs in the league, and it's just a shame he's playing for a poor Arsenal side for me. He could really, I think he's the perfect left back for Pep Guardiola to be looking into.
Yeah, say 21 million as well. Today's money's nothing, is it?
No, exactly. That's if it was 21 million. There's something about me that think it's between 20 to 25 million. If anyone's listening, can let me know. I'd be grateful. Not that it would matter either way. But that's not the point. Lorraine, I thought Aguero was there at QPR when we won the title. Yeah, he's got the goal, Lorraine. Okay. Jay Taylor, we have dropped off in the last 5-10 minutes. Yeah, that's exactly what I've been saying, pal. We need to cut it out. The press seems to have disappeared as well. We seem to be, as much as I enjoy seeing us get the ball at the other end of the pitch quicker, we're being a bit poor on keeping possession in the last 15-20 minutes. Jay, the link-up play between Tierney and Saka is killing us on that left wing. Absolutely, it's Cancelo's done well, but there is a lot of space on that left wing for Arsenal, isn't there?
Yeah. If they're going to get anything, it's going to come from there. I think from that left-hand side.
I mean, we've got to remember Tierney had that shot that did test Ederson from that left wing. It was 8 space for him. I think it was just on the edge of the penalty box. I think he might have to show it up, Guardiola, by bringing maybe having Bernardo Silva cutting into a little bit more on that right-hand side. Obviously, he's a bit more of a right winger, Bernardo Silva, as it is, besides being an attacking midfielder. But I think that's where Bernardo really needs to step up his game, because he has been quiet. I love Bernardo, but he does need to step it up in the second half for me. He's been probably one of the quietest players on the pitch. Just seeing the replay of the Sterling goal. Just well taken. The cross as well. Mahrez cutting on his left and then just lofting it. Beautiful goal. Beautiful goal. Seeing it again, headed. And he meant every millimetre of that control on the ball there, Raheem Sterling. It was a perfectly timed header. And he didn't really, like I say, he didn't really jump that high, did he?
No.
I think he actually, to put in perspective, Raheem Sterling did jump. I think he was still level on par with the height of Rob Holding in Arsenal's defence, and he's still got a touch on the ball.
I don't think they're expecting him to jump up and header it, to be honest.
It's not, you're not naturally scoring from headers, are we, really? I'd love to know the last 2, maybe 3 goals to score from a header. There ain't many. Billy Ambler saying Dino up to now is his man of the match. He's also saying we need Foden on in the second half and Sergio. That'd be nice to see. And James Taylor's replying to Jay's comments about Tierney and Saka. This would be an interesting one for you to comment on, Lee. We'd like to see both of those 2 players at City. Saka and Tierney.
Who'd you take out for Saka?
I'd take Saka, but if I'm being perfectly honest, I'd take Tierney more.
Okay, question. Who was it? Who commented that? Was it?
That was James Taylor replying to Jay's comment.
Question to James. Who would you take out the City squad to replace each player with?
What? Which player am I replacing? Which player is coming in? Sorry, out of Saka or Tierney?
If we have both of them come.
I think Saka would have to bide his time, but, you know, it means there'll be more rotation, of course. But then again, has any player really got fixed starting? No. Well, even Ederson, you know, Stefan's done well since coming in, but yeah. I think that's why City have got such a big, diverse squad of world-class players, because they know the players that are in there expect to be in one match and maybe out the next, you know, even if they have a great game. I mean, Rodri's been brilliant so far this season. I think he's gone underrated from a lot of people. And I think a lot of people were surprised to see Fernandinho come into the lineup, but Fernandinho stepped it up as well. So I think that is probably a positive towards them 2 signing, the fact that they will get games, but they have to come into a team where it's not like Arsenal, where you're going to be the first name on a team sheet every game. Yeah. You have to be prepared to be part of the team, but being part of that team will guarantee you winning a trophy.
Exactly. That's just, you've got to look no further than Stones and Diaz, haven't you? How they've been playing the last 2 games.
Absolutely, but even Laporte's starting to come back into it, hasn't he?
Sorry, mate.
Even Laporte's starting to come back into it, though, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, was it last week, weren't it? We played, and then Stones was dropped, and you think, for a defensive partnership that's working almost perfectly, you think, would you really risk it? But like you say, that's just the way he does it and swaps things around, and got to expect that as a player.
It's great man management, though. It must be hard work keeping that many players happy. First team players. I think bar Mendy, who I physically can't stand anymore, so I'm so glad he's not in the team at all anymore, because he's just a knob now. I liked him at first when he got that injury, and he was keeping the morale up and stuff like that. I liked him then. But just hearing his off-field antics, like driving without insurance and vehicle tax in like a £400,000 Lamborghini or something like that, and then claims he doesn't know much about England rules around the roads is why he hasn't insured anything like that. Hang on. No matter where you go in the road, your vehicle's got to be insured and taxed. So don't give me that bollocks. Yeah. And then when he does play, he's shite. You know, he might I know we're not past the watershed, but, you know.
You might have one all-right game, mightn't you? Then you have 3 or 4 donkey games.
Yeah,
it's only way it can be. Like you say, before his injury, the way he played was so much better. He's putting in crosses that actually reached a City player in the box, and he drove through, and he was quality. When he got that injury, something changed with him, and he's never quite been the player he was. And like you say, he's now been a knobhead off the field.
No,
don't need it. It's like Balotelli, weren't it? He was the same. Couldn't keep out the papers off the field.
Well, yeah. At least when Balotelli was on the pitch, he always did something.
Well, that is true. He has got that advantage.
At least we had a penalty taker as well.
Yeah, he's a quality penalty taker. But saying that, at the minute we've got quite a harmonious squad. And there's no sort of, I mean, obviously Kyle Walker keeps getting picked on in the papers only for doing various COVID breaches and whatever. But generally speaking, there's not that disruptive player in the squad that we've always had. Like we've had Balotelli and Joe Bart, and them sort of players always had that one that sort of wound the rest of the players up a bit. I feel it just seems at the minute the dressing room's quite a nice, controlled, calm place.
And you can always, some players look like that. I remember listening. In fact, I like listening to previous podcasts of anything like Talk Sport and stuff like that. And Joey Barton was one that popped up on my YouTube. Here's what we recommend via YouTube, and it was Joey Barton talking to. What's his Chris Eubanks Senior? He was talking about his son. Going back a few years ago, it was on Talk Sport, and Joey Barton was saying, "I'm interested in my boxing. I love my boxing. I follow a lot of fighters, and of course, you'll know more about it than me because I'm not a fighting man." I'm there going, "Not a fighting man, Joey Barton. He's one of the biggest bugs out there, isn't he?" I just remember that. Like I say, I listened to it the other day, and it was the amount of times I hear it, and he turns around and just says, "I'm not a fighting man, as you know."
Joe would have been quite interesting. I'm glad they didn't, because obviously it led to Aguero's QPR goal. But if they'd let Joey Barton and Balotelli at it when he come after him, obviously, but he would have got sent off, and it wouldn't have happened as it happened. But it would have been interesting to see them two go at it.
And the thing with Barton as well, though, he would have been such a good, consistent player if he wasn't such a twat. He was a good player. He was average at best, but he was one of them. He was one of them sort. What's the best way to describe? One of them average Premier League players that would still get into any Premier League side as maybe a utility player, But he would like the Mark Noble type player,
like a Milner.
Yeah, well, nowhere near as good. But if he didn't have that bastard streak about him, and he was just kept level-headed, and he wasn't absolute. I'm not even past the watershed. But if he wasn't such a cock, he'd be, He'd be a great utility player, Barton. I mean, he was a good player, but I still thank him for getting sent off against QPR, because imagine if it was 11v11. It's amazing how many people forget.
Everything happens for a reason.
It's what's right.
Everything happens for a reason. It's meant to be
like
that.
The amount of people that forget that QPR were down to 10 men when we had to score 2 goals, and we went 2-1 down when they were only on the pitch. Yeah. I just remember that goal by Jamie Mackey. I'm the only City fan when I was at my dad's. My dad's a Man United fan, and the rest of my family either Newcastle fans or Leeds fans or whatever. My stepdad lives at the time with my mum's side, and I was at my dad's at the weekend of that match. And I was just sat there, and I saw Mackey score. And I just sunk to my knees in the middle of the living room. And it's 2012, so how old would I been? That's 8 years ago in terms of my age. So I'd have been 17, 18 there. I sunk to my knees and I actually almost blubbed. I was that distressed.
Do you know what? You say that. I was in a pub watching it, and there was me, my dad, another mate who's a City fan, and his wife, who's an Arsenal fan, funny enough. And in the corners, a load of Tottenham in the corner, a load of Man United in the other corner. We're in the other corner, which went too well and down. You started singing too soon, starts getting chirped. Then a whole way through that beginning of that second half, you started singing too soon because, well, obviously then we equalise and go 3-2. I've never blubbed so much in my life. I tell you, I was exactly the same. As soon as Aguero scored that goal, I was fixed.
Ever since that goal, though, my dad has never supported Man United. He wasn't the biggest footballer ever, but he supported Man United. And obviously, when we scored that, he was out in the shed at the time, staying away. He didn't want to look. And I was screaming. At this point, my ball still had drops. So high-pitched screaming coming from, I mean, I was 17, you know what I meant. But I was screaming at the top of my voice when we scored that. I was running around the house, top off, waving it like Sergio. I ran out into the garden. Everyone out. It was a nice, sunny summer day. Everyone was out in the garden around the cul-de-sac. I just went, Dad, we fucking won! And you see him pop out the shed. We go, you shut the fuck up! One of the best moments ever.
Oh, it'll never be like that ever again, will it?
Oh, never. Imagine it now. Oh, and so, the goal's going to VAR, and it's a penalty to Liverpool.
Yeah. Yeah, do you know what? Can you imagine how much that would have killed it if they'd stopped? Even if it was a goal, they'd stopped it for a VAR check first.
Yeah.
Been like, oh, it's killed that magical moment.
That's the thing we've got to get used to now, though, isn't it? VAR. It's amazing how much.
It's not they changed the offside rule, though, weren't it? Everyone was like, oh, I'm never going to get used to this, like, but now it's just is what it is now, isn't it?
It's Neil Warnock that did it for me. He was the one that was pressing him, and he's saying, I don't know if I'll ever see VAR in my lifetime. I wish he'd never bloody said that.
Yeah.
You know, imagine how many decisions we would have had gone for us if VAR won, including Spurs.
Yeah, Champions League, yeah.
Although it has gone in our favour once against Swansea, if you remember, 2 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd be happy to admit
some go against you, some go for you. It's just how it is, isn't it, VAR? But I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to... If you've asked me at the end of last season, do you want VAR scrapped? I said yes. But look at how much it's damaged Liverpool this year. Brilliant.
You either love it or you hate it, depending which way it goes for you.
Yeah, if we keep winning games easily, then I don't mind it staying. But when you start losing games late on to a shocking offside decision or something, then that's when it hurts. You don't mind if it's consistent, though, do you? It's like your armpit shouldn't be offside. You can't score with your arm, so...
No.
But it's a hard one. I've always thought offside should be if your standing foot is in front of their standing foot, you're offside. If it's not, you're not. If your body's leant forward, so be it. It's easy. It's straight cut forward then. Go on, Sterling.
Never been like it again. But anyway, City are back on the ball here as second half kicks on, and a lot of pressure in the Arsenal box. As Zinchenko, I thought it was Kevin De Bruyne, if I've been perfectly honest, blazes a shot well over the crossbar. Then we're into the 46th minute already. So second half already kicked off. No changes as far as I'm aware, unless any have popped by that I've not noticed. Quick comments just before we carry on. Ryan Askew saying, give it 15 minutes and KDB off for Sergio. He wants him on as early as that. Wamig, I hope I pronounced that right. Fernandinho playing a great game. He is, mate. Absolutely. James Taylor, Joey Barton, French accent YouTube clip is class. And Wamig, again, I do apologise for saying that wrong. We should bring on Phil Foden for Aguero second half just to mix up the play. I like that idea. Why not bring both on?
Yeah, bring them both on. Stick a 4-4-2 and have them both up top together.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
I'd definitely have that. Definitely with KDB tucking him behind him. Is Zinchenko on the left wing? Lays it off to Kevin De Bruyne. First touch, lofts in. Is in the back of the net. Oh, I thought that was going to find the back of the net from K. Even he thought it did as well.
Yeah, that's
the ball picked up here from Zinchenko. Heads the ball forward in the left wing position. Pulls it back to Kevin De Bruyne, who takes a touch with his right foot and then lofts the ball with his left, trying to find the far post and in the back of the net. And it was millimetres wide, and it trickles out for a goal kick.
That would have been beautiful.
And his first start back from injury as well.
Oh.
He meant that as well. It wasn't just a cheeky flick on to find another City player. He meant the shot, but the City starting all guns blazing in the second half. We were forced all the way back to the centre circle. We'll say that, forced all the way back to the centre circle. It's Zinchenko on a driving run, pulls it back, lays it off to Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne looking for the forward ball. Just trickling forward, De Bruyne. Oh, poor pass. Plays it straight into the feet of Martin Odegaard, only a yard in front of him. And Arsenal play it all the way back to Leno in goal. Poor pass by Kev there. I don't know what he was trying to improvise.
Make him, I think.
Leno under pressure from Mahrez. Only just clears it, Leno. far up the pitch. He has picked out Aubameyang, whose first touch lets him down. Ruben Diaz, great defending, gets his body in the way, wins back possession for City. And Kevin De Bruyne has played Raheem Sterling into the penalty box here, takes it on his left. He's brought down Raheem Sterling, is he not? No penalty according to John Moss. Of course, VAR are going to look at that. I don't think it was. I think Raheem Sterling was going down before he got a touch on the ball from the Arsenal man. Pepe, Xhaka, Arsenal all over the place here. I haven't got the sound on mine. You probably have. Let me know if VAR have checked it. Obviously, try not to play the sound in the background or get the shut down by some South African media company again. Elneny out wide to Bellerin. Forward ball to Pepe, just behind him, but Pepe's still on the ball. There's off to Odegaard, back to Pepe on the right wing. Bellerin, more central midfield for Arsenal. Xhaka, all City players back. Pepe in the penalty box, left-footed, good block by Ruben Diaz. Up in the air, still in the penalty box, good clearance by Riyad Mahrez, only as far as Mohamed Elneny. Driving forward on the left wing, finds Kieran Tierney. Ball played in, John Stones lays it off. Arsenal still on the ball, Martin Odegaard, Rob Holding, Odegaard on the edge of the penalty box again. City can't clear the ball. Ball whipped in by Holding, clearance by João Cancelo, only as far as Granit Xhaka. Kevin De Bruyne goes lusting into that, but he wins the ball. Great challenge. Riyad Mahrez on the right wing, charging forward. He's got Kevin De Bruyne making a ball run in the front of him. Riyad Mahrez picks out Bernardo Silva on the left wing, lays it off to Raheem Sterling. The players just died down, but City well on the ball. Just on the edge of Arsenal's box, Ilkay Gundogan plays it back to Fernandinho, who subsequently plays it back to John Stones. John Stones on the edge of the penalty box tries to loft a switcher play to Raheem Sterling, only finds Hector Bellerin, and now Arsenal start the attack. Plays it back to Granit Xhaka, however. He's looking for that forward ball. Xhaka finds Odegaard all the way back to Mohamed Elneny, who seems to be sitting into that back three for Arsenal. So Arsenal are able to push their fullbacks further up the pitch, if you've noticed, and Mohamed Elneny is setting in as a centre-back in the centre pairing, and Saka gets away there, and he's fouled by Bernardo Silva, who's going to pick up the first yellow card of the night on the 51st minute. Bernardo Silva goes into the book for a foul on Bukayo Saka. Well, that was an interesting few minutes. It's been left, right and centre there. So it was a foul by Bernardo Silva. We have two fouls by Bernardo Silva. And unfortunately, quite rightly, a yellow card. It's his third booking of the season. Wonder if he'll step it up the second half for me. Well, not for me, but you know what I mean.
Good for me.
Rob Holding in the centre circle. Forward ball to Martin Odegaard, who's seen a lot more of the ball in the second half than he has in the whole first half so far. We're only 6 minutes into the second half. Here's Tierney. Saka driving infield. Fernandinho can't win the ball. Saka's done well here in the penalty box. Has a shot blocked by John Stones. Rebounds out to Martin Odegaard. Leaves it for Elneny, who loses the ball to Raheem Sterling. That's got to be a yellow card. And it is a yellow card for, is it Rob Holding?
Bellerin.
Oh, Bellerin for a dirty late Granit Xhaka, of all players, no surprise there, for a dirty late foul on Raheem Sterling. Goes flying into Sterling. Sterling kicked the ball away, but it was a late challenge by Xhaka. Actually, hardly got a touch on Sterling. I'll take that back. Unlucky to get a yellow card there, but it was a foul. But that's Xhaka's fifth yellow card of the season. Only his fifth. He seems to be in the book nearly every match I watch Arsenal play.
Don't they reset after 5? Actually, get you banned, didn't you?
I think that ends only halfway through the season. I think it's 10. I think it's wiped clear.
How is it?
I'm sure that's what it is. There's something about it. I know it definitely at the start of the season it was 5 yellow cards as a one-match suspension. Then it was 10 yellow cards. It's 2. But I'm sure there's been a rule change or there's something that changes halfway through the season. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not the most switched on when it comes to rules and regulations. It seems to change every minute of the day. It's Kevin De Bruyne driving in a penalty box if he can. No, Odegaard does his defending well, plays it back to Leno, just smashes the ball forward. John Stones with the header, finds João Cancelo, and Fernandinho. Ruben Diaz able to clear up well. Ruben Diaz is a bit unkeen to release the ball there. Eventually finds Ilkay Gundogan, plays it back to Ruben Diaz under pressure from Aubameyang, who, touch wood, remains quiet hasn't really seen much of the ball so far in his second half. Only 8.5 minutes in, but it's a left side to end to end. Probably that's the words I'm looking for. End to end second half so far. Bernardo Silva, a nice turn, driving forward now. If he can find a forward ball, he's still got the ball here. Bernardo Silva driving forward. Riyad Mahrez on the right-hand side. Pulls it infield, Mahrez to Alexander Zinchenko in the centre of the park. Out to the left wing to Raheem Sterling. Approaching the penalty box, just on the edge of it. Pulls it back. Lays it off for Zinchenko. Who again also pulls it back to Fernandinho midway into Arsenal's half. And then subsequently plays it back to Ruben Dias in the centre circle. Just going to go get a drink, mate. You're right, keeping up with the commentary.
Yes, mate. Yeah, no worries.
Nice one.
Play forward. Gundogan's on it. Oh, it's gone out for a corner. They're arguing for handball at the moment. I might check that. Just having another look on the replay now. Gundogan's through. Oh, I don't think they'll get a handball for that. Let me have a look. No handball. VAR check says no, and we play on. Well defended by Arsenal. Now going back up the field. City win it back and still got it. We've won the ball back. Being played around the midfield at the moment with Diaz. Raheem Sterling on the left wing, cutting in. Shoots, blocked. Gundogan shoots. Oh, great save by Leno. Gundogan with a shot there, nearly scoring. God, that was close. Great strike. Cracking save that. God. Out for a corner for City. Short corner played. Out to Cancelo on the edge. He whips one in. Cleared by Arsenal. Oh, De Bruyne with a volley. Edge of the area, just over. That would have been a cracking goal, that, if that had gone in. Cool, straight on the volley. A bit further away than it first looked. But that would have been a cracking goal if that had found the top of the net.
And I'm back. What have I missed?
Oh, you nearly missed goal of the season from De Bruyne.
Oh,
Headed clear, pinged it on the volley, went over the bar, but that would have been an absolute scorcher if that had gone in.
If anything, I'm glad it didn't. I would have missed it.
There was a bit of a shout for handball for the penalty, but players slid to block it, and he has tried his best to get his arms out of the way all like this. But yeah, no.
His arms were like this, and it wasn't handball.
No, he was sliding. His arms were all over the place, trying to dodge the ball. Like every time the ball came, he moved his arm like. So. He done well to dodge it, bless him.
Oh dear me! Weird man switching the field of play to Raheem Sterling in the penalty box. He's under a lot of pressure from Martin Odegaard of all players. Kevin De Bruyne just gets a touch there. Fernandinho and a ball over the top to João Cancelo. Ball in straight into the arms of Bernd Leno in Arsenal's goal. 48 minutes played. Yeah, that's a very slow second half. 58 minutes played. City remain 1-0 up. By the sounds of it, according to Lee, we should have been 2 or 3.
We've had a couple of chances. James Taylor's commented about the booking rule. Says any player earning 5 bookings from their side's first 19 Premier League matches will serve a 1-match ban in the same competition. Yellow cards are not carried over to the EFL Cup or the FA Cup. Players who accumulate 10 yellow cards in Premier League matches up to and including their team's 32nd fixture will serve a 2-match ban suspension in the competition. That's interesting to know. Another 5 will get a 2-match ban then.
Thank you. James is always on point, so thanks again, pal. I tell you what, in the first 2 minutes, James wouldn't have had his City top on. Since then, I bet you anything, he's put his City top on. He's like a hoodoo, is James Taylor. If he's got his City top on, we don't win. Oh, your mother is done. Yeah.
He's here. Do you know what? He was in the draw. It was in the draw last game. It weren't happening, so I got him out and then we won. So.
To be fair, I bet you take Mahrez figure to bed, don't you? I knew he was scoring off the pitch. No wonder he's not scoring in the pitch.
He actually lives in my bedside table here. This is what let me have him in the bed.
Yeah. Dear me. Oh, he's certainly assisting all right, though, wasn't he? Anyway. Hour played. Ederson on the ball here for City. Well, say an hour, 30 seconds to go until an hour played. But City, it's not been prime City display so far this game, has it really? Let's be honest. The first couple of minutes,
really.
God, it was brilliant, but there's still this tendency to be sloppy. We can't, when we do win the balls, we're too reluctant to get it up the end of the pitch, I think.
Yeah, I think he needs to make a change. I wonder if he'll take Silver off with a yellow card, and he's not been, like you say, he's not been at his best. As he's wondering if he'll come off and put Foden on. I don't know. I'd love to see Aguero. I just want Aguero on.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't statistically ever make sense, I want him on.
There's definitely going to be an early second half change for me. If I was Pep, obviously if nobody's Pep, so we might as well expect it to be the 90th minute before the first man gets changed. But he does need to make a change if he wants to see out for 3 points or improve on this 1-goal scoreline, because Arsenal, like they have now, they've got Saka and Tierney using all that space on the left-hand side. Luckily, the ball in from Tierney was almost out of the stadium. It was that high and wide. I do think there needs to be a change just to show things up. Maybe take Kevin De Bruyne off. I know he's been probably one of the better players on the pitch.
There he is.
Where it is warming up.
And Foden. Is that Foden? That's not Foden, is it? I'm sure it is.
It's Foden and Laporte. 11 goals in 19 previous appearances versus Arsenal for Sergio Aguero. Gabriel Jesus got stripped and he's coming on. I said there was going to be an early second half change.
Yeah.
I'd say that. A bit more energy, a bit more running behind.
Yeah, I'd still have brought Aguero on first, though, myself. Give him a chance to... Unless he'll bring him on late, maybe. I just want to see him get 10 minutes in the City shirt again.
Yeah. It's that 50-50 part of it, don't it? I think a lot of people, obviously, good play referee for letting that carry on. Oh, City can't make the most of the let-off kick there.
Bring it back, working up advantage.
It's one of them with Sergio, though, isn't it? Obviously, we don't want to rush him back too much because we're scared of getting another injury. But at the same time, he needs game time to get back to hopefully not get game injury. It's that. Well, I suppose every manager has that problem with any player that's injured, but especially with a player that's injury prone as Sergio is.
Yeah, that's the thing, innit? Like I say, you can't bang him on, expect him to score 2 goals in half hour. Do you know what I mean? But like you say, he needs to build up that confidence, match fitness, just to get him back to where he should be.
Yeah.
Even just for 5 minutes today, maybe, then 10 minutes in the next game, 15, and then get him up to a point where we're starting him again.
In terms of the rest of Sergio's City career, in your eyes, what's the best bet? What's the best outlet? Say I'll give you two hypothetical scenarios. If he obviously makes both scenarios, he comes on for a few minutes every game. He starts a couple of games. He's on for a half a game here and there. We've got plenty of games left to play. And he scores 5 goals maximum in the remaining, how many games in all competitions? Say we got to the final, everything, 20, 25 games, something like that. If he scored 5 to 10 goals in those 25 games, what would you say to City hierarchy and Sergio Aguero at the end of the season? Would you say sign a 1-year extension, or would you say that was it?
I'd give him
probably one of the toughest questions you'd ever be asked as a City player.
I'd give him another year based on the fact that if he stayed fit for a season, he'd still bang 25 goals in without even questioning it. I think you look at our last however many months we've had him for. Yeah, we've been banging goals in left, right, and centre. But we still haven't had that proper striker that I've got a lot of faith in. Because with I said it before, with Jesus, he doesn't fill me with confidence. Like, he's not your goal scorer in the terms and such that Aguero has been.
Yeah.
Like getting his 30th season, and I don't know. But in the way we played, we need a recognised striker.
Yeah. Certainly one coming in somewhere. I'm just seeing a replay here of a yellow card for João Cancelo. Kieran Tierney's gone down, holding the side of his head after a foul. It was a foul by João Cancelo, but he's holding the side of his head there, Kieran Tierney. Not once, by a breath of fresh air, did anything touch him on the side of the head. And I mean, nothing of João Cancelo's body touched him higher than the shoulder. So why the hell is he? Well, it was a foul. Why the hell has Tierney gone down holding his head before he's even hit the ground?
To get the yellow card.
It just. I know City are an example of someone. João Cancelo himself last season was one of the main reasons I disliked him last season for that. Probably did at Oxford, if you remember it. He fouled a player, lashed out a player, and then he went down holding his face. So that's I hate unsportsmanship like players.
Yeah.
But more than anything, I just hate cheaters. You know, I think that's why a lot of people, including myself, do like the Sunday league style and lower division non-league football.
Yeah.
Proper football.
You don't get all that, do you, in like Division 1 and Division 1 Championship and.
You have to physically break someone's neck to be given a foul, don't you? It's proper football.
Yeah. That's the thing, like, back when I was playing, I was the same with you when you was playing as a kid, you'd get wiped out and you'd feel so embarrassed you'd been wiped out. You quickly get back up, don't you? Even though it hurts, and you run after the ball still, don't you?
Exactly.
The embarrassment.
But I suppose it's Raheem Sterling's held up on the edge of the penalty box here. He's forced back, however, and it's how's that a foul to Arsenal? Free kick to Arsenal. What the hell? Raheem Sterling picks up the ball. He's using his body well to block off the Arsenal defender. He's in between the Arsenal defender and the ball. He's getting pushed all over, left, right and centre, Raheem Sterling. And John Moss has given a foul to Arsenal. A free kick to Arsenal, sorry. How the hell is that a free kick to Arsenal?
Like, I'm not going to show you a replay of it either.
I actually genuinely, I've seen a lot of decisions in the past few weeks that have been a bit topsy-turvy referees, but that haven't been anywhere near as game influencing as that, like penalties and stuff like that. But I can't, for the life of me, physically work out how the hell that is a foul against City.
Crap, innit?
If anything, it was really good hold-up play by Raheem Sterling, using his body and using his strength. Strange one. Either way, City are back on the ball now. Gabriel Jesus. Don't kick it out of play. He's getting up. He's holding his knob.
Play on.
Play on. He's fine. There we go. Good lad. Don't kick out of play.
Only stop for edge injury. Don't bloody without his bollocks. Don't worry about it.
Here's Fernandinho looking for that forward ball in the centre circle. He picks out João Cancelo, who's a right wing position. And switches the field of play to Zinchenko. Sterling a bit further up now on the ball, approaching the penalty box. Pulls it back to Zinchenko. First time pass to Fernandinho. Ball over the top by Fernandinho. Has a lot of power on it. And it trickles out for a throw-in on the near touchline to Arsenal. Poor ball by Fernandinho there.
I'll do the same. Go get a drink back in a sec.
Yeah, no worries. So 67.5 minutes played. City remain 1-0 up. I'm not sure what to think of it, Blues, personally. It's not prime City performance. We're seeing it out so far. We've seen a lot more of the ball, but we're being a bit sloppy on it now. John Stones has almost given the ball away a couple of times, despite having an absolute belting first half. City's still on the ball now through Ederson all the way back in his net, but let me know what needs to improve, Blues. What changes would you make? What tactics would you change? And what genuinely needs to improve here? Because there's something lacking, isn't there? Is it a centre forward, an out-and-out centre forward like Sergio Aguero, or is it an extra man in midfield that we're missing? Ederson kicks the ball out, switching the field play to Bernardo Silva. John Stones under pressure from Saka, driving forward. John Stones, Yaya Toure run again Forward ball to Raheem Sterling. First touch is poor, and he does foul the Arsenal man, Raheem Sterling. It's starting to lose concentration here. It's a foul. Free kick to Arsenal, midway in City's half, just out to the right. Let's have a quick read through the comments. Billy Amber, Lee, stop doing that. It looks so... What? Whatever you're doing, Lee, stop it. It looks so wrong.
What's that?
I have no idea. Billy Amber's put, Lee, stop doing that. It looks so wrong, lol. Stop touching yourself, whatever it is then. James Taylor's going, Mara's off for Foden. Shane Mullen, why is Sterling and Mara still on? I don't know. Could argue for that. And actually, I agree with this. I don't know how we'd play personally. Maybe a back three and push the fullbacks right up so we've got 2 extra men in midfield. Bring Laporte on for someone. Have a back three with back 5 with the fullbacks further up. Ball over the top to Raheem Sterling. Through 1-on-1. Drives down. He's got to be a mile offside there, hasn't he? No flag. Very interesting, that. Ball was too far ahead of him. Leno came out. Sterling did the best jump over / dive as he could. João Cancelo driving forward on the right wing, approaching the penalty area. He's in the penalty box. Right footed, tries to smash it in. And it hits Cedric, who's just come on for Arsenal and out for a throw-in on the near touchline to City. 20 minutes left to play. City 1, Arsenal 0. João Cancelo with a quick throw-in. Riyad Mahrez back to João Cancelo and pulls it back to John Stones in the right-back position. And here's Ruben Diaz. Bang in the centre of the circle. Zinchenko. Forward ball to Gabriel Jesus. No look pass back to Ruben Diaz. Not sure there. Ilkay Gundogan. Back to Zinchenko. City just starting to get a bit more of the ball now, just calming the play down, which is probably a better thing. Because they've been a bit lacklustre and a bit rash with the ball. I say that. As soon as I say that, John Stones plays a forward ball through to Mahrez, can't control it, and Arsenal come on the attack. We're going to concede soon if we keep playing like this. Fernandinho looks to have fouled Aubameyang. John Moss has given advantage on a foul on Pepe instead. Smith Rowe, Odegaard driving forward, ball in by Bellerin. Only just found by Fernandinho. Clears it only as far as Mohamed El-Meni on the far side. Odegaard back to El-Meni. I was saying when you were getting a drink there, but I don't really know what to make of this. I can't work out for me what the problem is, whether it's an out-and-out centre forward in Aguero that we need, or maybe just an extra man in midfield for someone who's been poor on the ball or in general off the ball, like Bernardo Silva, and technically Ilkay Gundogan as well. Both of them two stepped it up for me.
Had much to do with it, I think. Yeah, sure, that was on. Yeah, I'd get a striker on. I'd get Aguero on.
And especially now that they're bringing in form attacking midfielder Arsenal, Smith Rowe on, who is a player I'd love to... Oh, Ederson only just clearing the ball. El-Meni with the shot way out there. I don't know what the hell that was. This is what I mean. Complacency is starting to kick in back line. João Cancelo smashes the ball. And I mean, it was like... that. I don't know what the hell João Cancelo was doing. He just smashes the ball back to Ederson, high up in the air, like almost stadium roof height. And the ball comes down to Ederson. Ederson just has to boot it first time. I don't know what the hell João Cancelo was doing there. Luckily, Ederson is probably one of the best goalkeepers I've ever seen with his feet, and he does get away with it. But now Alexander Lacazette has come on for Martin Odegaard, and then Emile Smith-Rowe is coming on for Nicola Pepe. It's Arsenal making 2 substitutions. I do think we need to make our second substitution at some point soon, because we're in danger of going to be level in the next 5 or 7 minutes. So for me, I can see a goal coming for Arsenal unless things change. Yeah. Kevin De Bruyne has obviously gone off for Gabriel Jesus. But trying to get in behind. Bernd Leno just comes and smashes the ball upfield only as far as John Stones, who plays at João Cancelo, and back to Ruben Diaz, respectively. Shane Mullen's continuous comment about Laporte. Stones should never be in a team in front of Laporte. I don't know if you're watching the same game, Shane. I love some of your comments. You're spot on with some of them, but that I have to completely disagree with. John Stones has been probably the best defensive player today so far. He's made a lot of interceptions. He's got on the ball up the pitch when we need it to be. The past couple of attacks from Arsenal, he's been a bit lacklustre, but in terms of the whole game, he's probably been our best defensive player, bar Fernandinho for me, Shane. If anything, I'd probably bring Laporte on and make a back three. As Ruben Diaz making a definite Yaya Toure style run there. He's in the penalty box now, Ruben Diaz. That's how far up he is. João Cancelo, good footwork there, and he goes down from a foul from Arsenal, and it's a free kick, and he's after a yellow card there, João Cancelo, for the Arsenal man. But City take the quick free kick. Here's Fernandinho in the centre circle. Out wide to Raheem Sterling, who's really dropped off the boil this second half. Zinchenko, back to Sterling. Plays it all the way back to Bernardo Silva, who, personally for me, I think should be coming off for Foden. I'd get Foden on for Bernardo Silva, and I'd get Raheem Sterling off for Sergio Aguero and play Jesus out on the left.
It's a good shout.
There's Bernardo Silva now playing it back to Ruben Diaz. Now, as soon as I say that, Lorraine said Derek, her husband's gone for John Stones' man of the match so far. Here is John Stones in the right back position. He's turn around, pull it back all the way to Ederson. He's got no one up front for John Stones there, so he has to play it back to Ederson, who just smashes the ball forward, almost finding Riyad Mahrez behind the defence there. Pablo Mari, who I thought, would probably be City's best bet to break behind Arsenal's defence. He's actually defended quite well this game, and he's on the ball now. Here's Elmeni. Infield to Granit Xhaka, who's had a decent game for Arsenal. Poor pass by Elmeni, only just finds Rob Holding. Good footwork by Holding, however. Finds Lacazette. Driving out to the left wing, Kieran Tierney. Further out wide to Aubameyang in the left wing position. They've got João Cancelo, Riyad Mahrez blocking his run. Good defending. Has to play infield to Xhaka. Ball over the top. Aubameyang, ball played in. Saka takes a touch. Can't get the shot away. And Zinchenko only just clears, only as far as Raheem Sterling, who's fouled eventually by Elmeni, and is a free kick to City. City let off the hook there. Ball in by Aubameyang there was inch perfect. And Saka, his first touch, it was well. He was about to do on the turn, but he slipped just before taking the shot on the turn. Unlucky there by Saka, but thankfully he didn't connect with it, and City have a free kick on the edge of our box. Joe knows if we beat West Ham, is the league ours? I think it's a bit. Well, when do we play West Ham league? Do you know?
I don't know actually. I look at the fixtures. I wouldn't have thought so. Fixtures.
I think there's a long way to go yet in the league. If we're playing soon, I think we've got to win. I think the next 10 matches or something like that.
We've got them next in the league. So no, definitely not.
To be fair, I don't know who we play next.
We've got West Ham next, the Wolves, then United.
Oh, yeah, then Joe, definitely not. Even if we beat West Ham, we're only 7 points clear, well, 10 points clear as it is at the moment. With I think what 15 games left.
Yes, it's 15, 24. Yeah. That's
45 points for the team below us left to play for. So, yeah, even if we beat West Ham, pal, we've got a long way to go yet. I like that enthusiasm, though. Oh, I see. Right, I see what you meant. I thought you actually being Joe, as in, like, will we win the league? Personally, I think the league's ours now. I'm not one to shy away from it. If you had asked Dan Halifax that question, he would have said after match day 2, the league was ours. That's how much of a believer he is. And I doubted him at first, and I wish I never did, because he's been spot on all through this season, as Dan Halifax. Honey Lee, you've been in our Discord chats.
Yes, mate, yes.
Dan Halifax has not put a prediction out there that's wrong yet. Although I believe there is going to be a tattoo coming at some point for Laney, I think.
I need some more.
Got to get Guardiola tattooed on his leg or something, haven't we?
Yeah. Have you got any City tattoos or?
I don't have any tattoos.
Got
Never been one for tattoos. I like my clean.
I got that one. Can't really see it.
You got what one? Sorry, mate.
Got the Superba in Proelia. Can't really show it on there.
Oh, that's actually a good one.
I got my blue moon.
Yeah, that one, no, actually. It's Gabriel Jesus on the right hand side. Sorry, mate. In the penalty box. Gabriel Jesus twisting and turning. Lays it off. João Cancelo. Good touch. Has the shot. Oh, it's just wide. World class attack there from João Cancelo in terms of just nicking it to the side. Shoots with the outside of his right foot and it's inches wide of the post. Rob Holding has gone down screaming in pain.
Oh, Cancelo caught him with his knee on the way through.
Gabriel Jesus does well, lays off João Cancelo, tips it past Pablo Mari and just outside the right foot, just can't curl it enough. Oh, a knee to the face there, Rob Holding. I think that might be a substitution. That looked painful.
Do you know, I'm glad he didn't score that because guarantee VAR would have drawn it back for a foul on him. That would have been a great goal, though. Yeah, that looks nasty, that one.
He's breathing heavily, isn't he? He's in some discomfort. I don't think think that's his game done. They've got to take him off now, aren't they, through the new concussion rules?
Yeah, I think so. That was quite good from Cancelo. Did you see that? Told the ref he hit him with his knee on the way through.
Yeah. Credit to him as well, going over and checking he's all right.
Yeah. So they love this 360 camera, don't they?
That's what I say.
They love their 360 camera they got. Then every replay now got to show the 360 version of it.
It's the past couple of weeks they started doing it, haven't they? The German Bundesliga's been doing it for years, and I've never understood why. You know, it's great. It looks fantastic. You get to switch the camera to a camera that will already be on it. Just play the bloody clips, you know.
We don't want to see it all go cartoonised as it spins round.
Yeah. Well, in the time frame it takes them to do the animations to switch to the camera angles, so it can show two different camera angles of the same goal. It doesn't make any. I've never understood it. It's a weird thing, but 81 minutes played. It's still Raheem Sterling's second-minute goal that separates Arsenal and City. Rob Holding is sat up, thankfully. Never like to see a player get injured, especially with a head injury. But he looks to take him all right in the jaw there, but he's back to his feet, Rob Holding, which is nice to see. I don't think he'll carry on, though. He looks a bit shaky, doesn't he?
Looks a bit dazed. Like I say, I'm sure the new rules, they have to sub him now, don't they, after that?
Yeah, David Luiz is coming on.
Sideshow Bob's warming himself.
Where's Bart Simpson?
All right, 85th minute penalty coming our way, lads. We're all right.
Or an own goal. George Hull, we need Rodri on in this game. This game is terrible. Ooh. I don't know if we need Rodri on. Well, then again, I did say another man in midfield, probably a double pivot with Fernandinho and Rodri. It's good shout. Hey, what's happening here on the touchline? It's like City's coaches are arguing with Arsenal's coaches here about Summit. I don't know what's going on here. Fourth officials having a go, something. Oh, it's concussion substitutions. I think that's what they're complaining about. So I think Arsenal have made 3 subs, haven't they now? I'm not sure what they're arguing about there. Either way, game's back on. No. Holding's gone off through a concussion injury. Oh, maybe that's why the camera's focusing on it. Is that the first concussion substitution the Premier League's had since it's been introduced?
It might be, actually, yeah. I can't remember any other ones, I must admit.
Interesting.
Come on, boys, we need another goal here. You know what will happen. Last 5 minutes will go wrong.
I still think we need to show it up here with another goal. I don't like Arsenal. Here's Raheem Sterling breaking the penalty box. Pulls it back. Oh, he can't beat the hair bear bunch of Mohamed El-Meni and David Luiz. And now Arsenal on their break here. This is what I was wary of. Aubameyang steaming down the left wing. He's got John Stones blocking his run. John Stones matching him pace for pace. Get in there, John lad. Oh, and shoulder to shoulder. Great defending by John Stones there. Barges Aubameyang off the ball, and it goes all the way out for a goal kick. How the hell did John Stones keep up with Aubameyang then?
Aubameyang's
like in pace. Who needs Kyle Walker at right back when you got John Stones? Jesus Christ, where the hell did that pace come from? And not only that, using his strength and barging Aubameyang off the ball. Great strength there by John Stones. Great defending as well. I told you shouldn't be coming off. That's our grand. George Hull, we need to do a sub. It's painful watching today. Here comes City, however. Gabriel Jesus has got Gundogan out on the left-hand side. I'm surprised Gundogan's still playing. He's been so quiet.
Yeah, man's still rapping, isn't they?
Back to Gundogan. Then again, actually, I don't know if he is. Is Bernardo Silva still playing? Yeah, he will be because we only made one sub, haven't we?
Yeah, got me there somewhere. It just shows how quiet he's been.
Ball over the top. Riyad Mahrez play more centre forward. However, the ball's only found an Arsenal man. Smith Rowe giving the ball away to Fernandinho. Fernandinho's furthest forward for City, laying it off to Ilkay Gundogan, who just can't get a touch. He's claiming it's a corner to City. Is it? No, it's goal kick. Arsenal take it quickly. 5 minutes of normal time left to play. Scoreline remains 1-0 to City. Arsenal still well in this game, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. There's no reason why they can't go and get an equaliser here. Hope I'm wrong, but...
So there's a foul there on Saka by Gabriel Jesus. Scotty, how you doing, pal? Why won't he let Aguero on? Don't get it. You were saying that, weren't you, Lee? Get him on for a few minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Danny Ceballos.
Something else behind the scenes. It's a perfect game for him to get on now. Give him 5 minutes now. Unless he was hoping to be 2 or 3-0 up by this stage to bring him on, but I don't know. Give him a run out just to break that length of no playing, if nothing else.
Yeah. I like oh Jesus Christ, I struggle. Oh, is that? Oh, we're lucky not to give away a penalty there. Alexander Lacazette running through on goal, and John Stones made a vital interception. Tackle, should I say. Only clearance as far as Sergio Bob, David Luiz, who bangs the ball forward, plays off João Cancelo. Here's Lacazette, edging the penalty box. Tierney, ball crossed in. Aubameyang rises highest, but he can't beat Zinchenko to the head. Ruben Dias to the head. City clear it. This is just get the ball and smash it to the end of the pitch time for City, which is that's a dirty foul again by Bellerin. He's going to go in the book there. Gabriel Jesus does brilliantly there, however. And it is a yellow card to Hector Bellerin and a free kick to City in the centre circle. Clearance by Bernardo Silva was a good one. Gabriel Jesus brings it down with his chest, takes a touch, lofting the ball over again, beating Hector Bellerin, who then subsequently fouls the Brazilian, and bang in the centre of the centre circle. City have a free kick. That's Bellerin's 8th yellow card of the season. Seems to have been around forever, Hector Bellerin, and he's still only 24.
Yeah, mad, isn't it? You have players that have been in for years. It seems like they've only been here 5 minutes.
Yeah. He's a good player, though. I think he had a lot of potential, but being stuck at Arsenal. Ball played in by Raheem Sterling to Ilkay Gundogan, pulls it back. Sergio Bob kicks it out for a corner to City. I mean, David Luiz, Jesus Christ, I've got to start saying that, haven't I? David Luiz kicks out for a corner to City on the far side. Good work by Gabriel Jesus and Ilkay Gundogan. A second here will seal the victory for City in my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Only if
we get a second, now we'll play keep ball for the rest of it. John Stones header.
Not so, mate.
John Stones bullet header.
It's got it coming on, hasn't it? People calling for him to come off. Oh, short corner.
Edge of the D waiting.
What? Why do that? Oh. Short corner when you've got the big men in the box. Why? And now they've given away a free kick to Arsenal. What is the point?
Such
You're
a
going to
waste
play
of
a
a
short
corner.
corner. Keep your centre backs back. I don't get it.
They're trying to play it into the corner flag already, so you can't do that until stoppage time.
Yeah. 1.5 minutes of normal time left to play. Arsenal again, still very much in this. Fernandinho fouls Lacazette for a free kick just in City's half near the dugouts. Arsenal have a good opportunity here to try and nick one back. Pablo Mari and David Luiz are moving further up. Ball smashed in. Good headed clearance by Ruben Diaz. Jesus using his strength well, but he hasn't won the ball. Here's Ceballos. Poor pass by Ceballos.
Go on,
and
Sam.
Zinchenko's played Gabriel Jesus through here behind Arsenal's line. He's got Tierney blocking his way. Gabriel Jesus lays it. Oh, as a shot, for God's sake. Gabriel Jesus does brilliantly to get to the other end of the pitch, lines himself up for a shot and smashes it miles over the crossbar. And we're talking miles over the crossbar. That is an atrocious shot from Gabriel Jesus there.
So if a plane comes out the sky tonight, I know why. Jesus Christ.
That was John
awful.
Stones keeping level headed there. John Stones, good play, good defending. Instead of playing it back to the keeper, keeps possession under pressure, finds Ruben Diaz, who eventually City are able to find Ederson, who just smashes the ball at the other end of the pitch. 90 minutes played. There will be a free kick to City on top of that. Advantage hasn't been given, but that won't matter because there will only be 4 minutes of added time. I thought there might be 5 or 6 through that concussion injury for Rob Holding. This is George Hull. Jesus, just killed a pigeon. Oh, God. I love these lives. Some people do come up with some crackers. Free kick taken quickly. Gabriel Jesus on the ball on the left wing. Lays it off to Raheem Sterling. Pulls it back to Zinchenko. Gabriel Jesus almost finds Ilkay Gundogan through on goal there. Gabriel Jesus has been everywhere now. Given the free kick away. That's unfortunate. Granit Xhaka kicking out at Fernandinho there. Dirty bastard. But either way, it's a free kick to Arsenal. Gabriel Jesus blocking the direct free kick. Now, all Arsenal's outfield players are rushing well into City's half as Bernd Leno is going to take the free kick. He smashes the ball out to the left wing position. John Stones rises highest to head the ball clear, only as far as Kieran Tierney. Ceballos under pressure from Bernardo Silva. Finds Saka on the far side, but he can't get to the ball. He can get to the ball, but he has to play it only as far as Zinchenko just smashes the ball forward. Only as far as the centre circle. Arsenal head it forward, back again, but Fernandinho heads it back into Arsenal's half, all the way back to Bernd Leno. Cheeky little chip by Bernd Leno there to find Tierney under pressure from Riyad Mahrez. Squeaky bum time for City now, Lee. I wasn't expecting to say this. Oh, Ruben Diaz smashes in there. And David Luiz also likewise smashed into it. And John Moss, quite well, has given a free kick to City. And Ruben Diaz has gone down in some discomfort there. It did look nasty. And Ruben Diaz has been given man of the match. Most touches, 92 touches, more touches than any other player.
Oh,
yeah, definite foul. No eyes on the ball from David Luiz. Definite foul. Oh,
stuck his elbow in, didn't he?
Rib cage as well, wasn't it?
Looked at him, elbowed him in the rib cage. That should be a fucking yellow card or red.
Gee, that must have winded him there. He's a tough bastard, is Ruben Diaz, but Jesus, that must have hurt. Either way, 1.5 minutes of added time left to play. It'd probably be 2 because of the stoppage there. City should see this out now. We've got the experience to see it out for a 1-0 victory. It'd be a hard-fought 1-0 victory. Well, not hard-fought. Don't really know the word to sum it up, but...
We've made it harder for ourselves, really, more than anything.
Oh, God, yeah. It's been one of them games. Ilkay Gundogan and Bernardo Silva are still on the pitch, and I forgot they were playing. Put it that way. And we do win a free kick after Ilkay Gundogan has been fouled by, I think, was it Saka or Smith Rowe, one of the two. And Zinchenko is going to take his time walking up for the free kick. Plays it to Raheem Sterling. plays it off the Arsenal man, doesn't go out for a throw-in. Ball's kept in play. Here's Gabriel Jesus on the linesman. Eventually flags off for a out of play. Guardiola's telling everyone, get into the corner, get into the corner. 30 seconds left of added time to play. Zinchenko takes the throw-in. Gabriel Jesus does well, used his strength well. Gabriel Jesus wins the free kick. He's done well since coming on as Gabriel Jesus, hasn't he? He seems to be using his ball up really well. He's getting into positions. He's using his body well, getting in between the man and the ball, holding it well. He's won a couple of free kicks for City as well.
He has just killed a pigeon. I like that one.
Added time is now up, but I reckon there'll still be another minute of added time. Referee John Moss is saying to Saka, look, you're not behind the line. It's your time you're wasting, you prat. Raheem Sterling, short free kick to Gabriel Jesus, going to take it into the corner. Under pressure from two Arsenal men, it goes out for a throw into Arsenal. That's tight. Hector Bellerin picks up the ball. He's been told to get back. Well into the corner of Arsenal's half here. They've got the throw in, so right position for City. David Luiz smashes the ball forward only as far as Zinchenko. Riyad Mahrez can't touch it down, and Bernd Leno picks up the ball, throws it instantly out to Tierney, who's now starting an attack for Arsenal on the left wing, and the ball goes out for a throw-in on the near touchline to City. That should be that now, surely, as we're now into the 96th, and it is. The referee blows full time. City, would you say luckily win 1-0?
Wouldn't say luckily. I'll just say we made it hard. Hard. Nice early goal and made it difficult. But Arsenal didn't really offer that much, really. Another clean sheet, though.
You might have to close it out, mate. My internet's disappeared.
Oh, yeah, I've got you back now. You're back.
Oh, there we go. I thought it was your internet. Oh, dear me. That would have been perfect timing, wouldn't it? But yeah, 18 wins in a row now. 18 wins in a row. I think the record originally was 15, wasn't it? Held by Preston and Arsenal. And then we've gone and just smashed out for 18 wins in a row. We face West Ham next, who are flying high in top 4 now.
Should still be another one, though, shouldn't it?
Yeah, fingers crossed. But a hard-fought win. City go back to being 10 points clear at the top of the table, I think. Are we 10 points or 11 points now? I'm not 100% sure. I'll see the league table anyway. But it was a difficult game for City. We see it out for a 1-0 victory. This is the one thing I hate to see at full-time whistle. Players from opposition teams gathered around, having a laugh, slapping each other's faces, handshakes, cuddles, everything. Nice natter.
Yeah, save that for in the tunnel.
You've played a hard-fought game. Now, hopefully, actually, I forgot there's another game on tonight. Newcastle can do us a favour as they are away at Old Trafford facing Manchester United. Hopefully, Newcastle can do us a favour. They're going to show the league table any minute now. But it was a tough game, that. We should have been a lot more comfortable than that. But credit to Arsenal for making a game of it. I think from the neutral perspective in us all, we like to see a game like that. But I would have liked to see it a bit more comfortable and see a lot more players coming back from injury get a few minutes, such as your Sergio Aguero's, etc.
It's disappointing that Aguero didn't feature, but West Ham. That's West Ham.
Yeah, he's got to feature against them for a few minutes, hasn't he? But here's the league table. City go back to being 10 points clear at the top of the table. 10 points clear of Leicester City. 13 points clear of Manchester United. 14 clear of West Ham. 16 clear of Chelsea. And 19 points clear of Liverpool. Wow. Now, come on, Newcastle. And here comes the... Pardon?
Imagine saying that before Christmas. It would have been like...
19 points clear after what, 25 games. That is mental. Mental. And now we're going to welcome back the main man himself, Mr. Tom Brunt.
Come on, Newcastle!
It was a good game, that, wasn't it?
Oh, I tell you what, I was in between, and my fingernails have gone down a little bit. We should have put it to bed a lot earlier. We should have capitalised on chances. I thought it was a hard-fought win. I didn't feel fully confident. I thought we had a couple of chances which we should have buried. A couple of chances that Jesus had that skied over the bar when he should have got on target. But it's a win. I don't care. It's past 10 points clear, and we go again. When's the next game, lads? Crikey.
And to say it's games like that where you're winning 1-0 at tough games that make you the champion.
100%. Like we said before, we don't care if it's 1-0 or 10-0. As long as we've got the 3 points on the table, we just couldn't care less. So we got Gladbach on Wednesday at 8 o'clock, and then we play West Ham at home next Saturday at 12:30 kickoff. Oh, we go again, lads. West Ham are in a good rich vein of form at the moment, aren't they? But we've got to throw everything we've got at them, haven't we? We really have.
They've got a big win earlier today, moving into the top 4.
Yeah.
They're one of them teams now that, that they're only, I think, a point off second place. So we've got to be wary that they are a threat, whether we like it or not. Whether we're talking about West Ham and we are at home, they are a threat. They've got a good defensive back line. They've got that well-oiled and well-tuned Souček and Rice partnership in midfield. Midfield is primarily a position that we like to control, but them two are going to make it definitely difficult for us. And if this game's anything to go by, if they play on the counter-attack through Antonio or anything like that, if they play like Arsenal did today, I think they'd be more of a threat than Arsenal were today for City.
I've just seen that with 18 games on the bounce is pretty phenomenal, lads. It's unbelievable, this, isn't it? Gladbach must be wondering how to beat us. West Ham will certainly be wondering how to beat us. We just need to keep going, don't we? I thought Diaz was absolutely incredible today. Do you know what? It was hard to give man of the match, really. What about you two? Do you two have thoughts on who was man of the match?
Yeah, I said at half time Diaz was my man of the match so far, but I'll stick with him. I think he's absolutely solid as he always is.
I'm going to go for John Stones. I thought he was a man today. He was, especially that Aubameyang run on the left. Where the hell he got that pace from is beyond me. And just using his strength to barge him off the ball without giving a free kick as well. Perfect defending from both of them two tonight. Just how the hell did we suddenly become so lucky with that partnership?
Honestly, it's just fallen right into place, hasn't it? It's literally just happened overnight. We went from doom and gloom at the start of the season to not having a solid defence to all of a sudden being the best defensive record in the whole of Europe, if not the world. Absolutely crazy. And we win the next 10 games, we win the league, regardless if United win the next 10 games. Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. We just need to keep going and keep going and keep going. 3 points, another clean sheet. Phenomenal, lads. Absolutely brilliant. Not enough superlatives about us, really, at the moment, is there?
Lovely to watch.
No, it would have been nice, and following on from what Lee said, it would have been nice seeing, obviously we still had 2 substitutions left to make. It would have been nice seeing Sergio come on, but I would say I do understand it, because obviously it was only 1-0 and Arsenal very much still in the game, but we were lacking that clinical finisher. I think we had everything but the clinical finishing, and I think if we brought him on for the last 10, 15 minutes or something like that, I would have put money on us having a second. Whether he scored it or not, just a bit more of a threat for Arsenal, concentrating on one man than the other lads. I think we would have had a lot more chances and probably have got a second goal if he had come on. But like you said, Tom, it's a win, 3 points, clean sheet, no injuries. What more could you ask for? And
we got Kevin back. We got Ilkay back. Sergio was ready to bounce. Were you surprised Sergio didn't come on and Jesus came on? They're slightly different types of players, though, aren't they, I suppose? So I'm kind of not surprised. But I would have liked to have seen Sergio at some point.
You said something about it, didn't you, Lee?
Yes, I've always said about Jesus, like that last attempt where he skied it out the stadium is exactly what I'm talking about in the terms of like Aguero would have at least hit the target at that position. At least of it, as a minimum, would have hit the target. Probably would have ripped the net in half at the same time. But I don't know. It just doesn't fill me with confidence. Every time he gets the ball, you think, don't know.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Doesn't do it for
I'm the same as you, pal. I was really hoping that he'd get that on target at the very least. He's got to be getting that on target. The thing is, well, he didn't have a lot of he didn't have a lot of pressure on him either to do that. If someone was charging down on him, which there was, but they were fairly distanced away. But anyway, it's a point. I'm nitpicking now. I'm nitpicking because I can nitpick because we come away with the point. Sod it. Great win. We're happy, aren't we? We're happy. We're happy.
As me and Dan were saying, he did hold the ball up really well today, didn't he?
Mm.
Like when he got the ball, he sort of shielded it, especially towards the end there, like counting the clock down.
Yeah. I think that's what he's done. He's got that him and Sterling on the left hand side doing well with that. And one thing I did note today, and I did write down, I was really pleased with, and we've been doing it for as long as I can't remember when we first started doing it, but whenever someone makes a really good challenge in defence, or somebody does something really well in defence, there's 2 or 3 players celebrating and clapping and patting on the shoulder. Yeah. Well done, keep going. Sterling did it within the first couple of minutes, and straight away Diaz and Zinchenko were like, yeah, brilliant defending, well done. And that's the mentality. I love bang, keep on it, 90 minutes. Encourage.
I said that to you, didn't I, Lee?
Yeah.
When Sterling came back and midway through the second half, he was doing left back defending against, I think it was against Saka or something like that. Erdegaard, sorry. And he used his strength well, held him off. It was Xhaka, sorry, and it went out for a goal kick, and it was a long way away from the goal line, and he did so well to get his body in. And as soon as he did that, he just looked to the ground and was like, yeah, I did good there. And he looked up and just saw Ruben Diaz charging to him, gave him a high 10, and he just went, I did all right there, didn't I? And it is that. You're absolutely spot on. It's the mentality of just everybody praising you and picking you up when you're like, come on, you did something brilliant there, keep it up.
Absolutely.
And that is flat. And I will highlight it with Diaz, since he's come in, I've seen more leaders, more captains in our team since he's come in than miles before, since Company left and before he came in. So many players. Sterling, for instance, he's captain when Kevin De Bruyne is not in the lineup. Fernandinho suddenly stepped up and become a really good captain. Kevin De Bruyne is a captain. Ruben Diaz, John Stones. You know, there's plenty of people out there. Gundogan as well. He suddenly emerged as a leader as well. Where these lads have come from, I don't know why it's taken so long to come out. But I'm so glad we've suddenly started to merge and have a team full of captains, because I think that is why the mentality is spot on. Because everyone, like you said, Tom, is congratulating and picking everyone up and, you know, proper going for it. And I think that's one thing we lacked.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, we can't. It's the mentality of the side. It's the difference between the winning mentality we have on our pitch and the mentality that I watched against Liverpool and Everton yesterday that they just don't have. I think we've got an unbreakable spirit, and I think if we do lose a couple of games, I still think that spirit will still be there and we'll still be pushing each other on. It's great. It's really endearing to see and watch. And other teams and other fans watching that must think, oh, Christ, they're a really good unit. They're a really, really solid unit, which is brilliant for us. Brilliant.
Spot on.
Happy days. Oh, great stuff. Another win. Great. Another Sunday. Come on, Newcastle. I do generally mean that. Newcastle in 17th position. I like Newcastle. So I'd love them to get but this would be a lovely Sunday night, wouldn't it? If they get a point or a win against United.
A win. I'm not being greedy, but a win.
Where are they playing? Is it Old Trafford? It's Old Trafford, isn't it?
Old Trafford, yeah.
Yeah, it's at the Swamp.
Well, your Newcastle have gone lost one, lost. So hopefully this one can make a win now, and they can add on to the back of that. I think in reality, go on.
United have been worse at home than they have been away this year as well. I think they're 7th in the league in terms of home victories, home performances. They've lost that many points. They're the best away record at Bar City, but I think they're about 7th in the table when it comes to home games. So fingers crossed.
Absolutely. Listen, let's go for it, and I've no doubt our Discord chat will be bouncing later. I won't even need to watch the game. I'll just watch all you guys with your comments. If it's swear words, I know they're winning. If it's hurrahs, I know they're losing. I kind of know what's going on. Brilliant. Thanks for this, lads. I've really enjoyed listening to this. It's been good.
That's been sound. Cheers, Lee, for joining me.
Yeah, cheers, mate. No worries.
Where's Mahrez?
He's here, mate.
Yeah, he is. You need to cast that guy in gold.
We do.
Our lucky mascot. Love it. Right, lads, we'll love you and leave you. Have a fantastic evening, and thanks for doing that. Brilliant.
You too, mate. Have a good one.